Friday night homecoming greetings from Everett Field in Benton. This is Benton Panther football. We are immediately on the live video stream going to go to the stadium announcer and the homecoming festivities taking place down on the Everett Field stadium turf. And for those of you on 106.7 The Buzz 2, welcome. It is time for Benton Fighting Panther football. This evening, the Benton Panthers are celebrating homecoming and welcome the Russellville Cyclones in the 6A West Conference opener. The Panthers dominated in all three phases of the game last Friday in a 40-7 sportsmanship rule victory over Catholic at War Memorial Stadium to finish the non-conference portion of the schedule 2-1. Russellville also comes into the night's conference opener at 2-1, but fell at home to Valonia last week 40-28, due in large part to 5 turnovers, 2 in the red zone. It's a critical game for both teams as they look to get off to fast starts in conference play. I'm Jim Gardner, joined on the Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show by Dio Vanucci. Panther football is brought to you tonight by Everett Buick GMC and sponsored by Black Corley Owens and Hughes Architects, ACDI, Cornerstone Home Lending, Jones Heating and Air, Merchants and Farmers Bank, Sanders Ground Essentials, CTS Industrial Services, Hamilton Family Dentistry, Bryant Eye Care, Allied Glass, Riverside Grocery and City of Benton, Farmers Bank and Trust, Congo Fireplace and Patio, First Security Bank, Saline Health System, Elliott Electrical, and the Benton Touchdown Club. Dio, it's good to be home on homecoming night.
Yeah, I came and watched the junior high game, and I felt like I hadn't been here in forever, it seemed like. And I know we played Southwest Little Rock here, but 2 games so far at War Memorial, only 1 at home. I was starting to feel like War Memorial was our home stadium there for a minute. So, yeah, it is nice to be home with the familiar 2-shade green field that Athletic Director Nethery worked out for the Panthers here. I'm excited about this homecoming night. You know, the kids are fired up. It's been Spirit Week all week. Lots of I got to see my son dressed up like a rock star. He looked like what's his name? Axl. What? I can't think of the lead singer for Guns N' Roses. And that Axl Rose. Yeah, I mean, come on. That was. He looked just like him, almost.
So you had Gianni and Axl Rose get up.
Yeah.
Did you see Dakota Dean's Western wear yesterday?
I did not get to see
Man, he
Dakota
was full
Dean's.
on belt buckle, boots, bolo tie. I mean.
Man, I missed it.
Yeah, so the kids have had a good week. The homecoming court is being recognized right now out on the stadium. This will be the 54th meeting all-time between the Benton Panthers and Russellville Cyclones. First game all the way back in 1925, and the Panthers won probably that afternoon before lights were illuminating stadiums 24-0. Benton leads the series 29-20 with 4 ties. The longest win streak in the series is 7 games by the Panthers, 1955 to 1961, and the Panthers are looking to win the 5th in a row against the Cyclones. So, Dio, the Panthers have had the upper hand, but the last 2 years have not come easy. A 5-point win here 2 years ago and a 7-point win last year at Russellville.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's always a good game against Russellville. You know, regardless of the caliber team that either team has, they seem to really play each other well. And it seems like we've played up there in the rain 2 different times, downpours both times. Mm-hmm. We had the helicopter delay.
Yes.
the one year. There's always something when Benton and Russellville play. And you know they're going to have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder tonight, because anytime you're the homecoming opponent, you take that as a slight. If the coach is smart, he's used that as bulletin board material all week long. So, you know, they're going to be fired up extra special to come in and play Benton tonight.
Last year, the Panthers won at Cyclone Stadium 47-40. Casey Johnson had a monster night last year, 36 carries, 250 yards on the ground, and 2 touchdowns. Panthers rolled up 505 yards of total offense. And the Panther Demolition Crew limited the Cyclones to just 3 yards rushing last year. in that ball game. What kept it close was Benton was -4 in turnovers. 4 turnovers. Russellville never turned it over last year. So hopefully a repeat performance minus the turnovers this year.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that's one of the reasons, as you said, that Russellville lost to Bologna last week. Bologna, a smaller school. They do have a D1 quarterback prospect, but still, when you have 5 turnovers, you really give the other team a really good chance to win. Bologna took advantage of that. We can't give Russellville the opportunity to stay in this because when you look at it on paper, the matchup clearly favors the Panthers tonight. You know, and obviously the Panther Demolition Crew is going to have to step up and have a good game this year on defense because the strength of that Russellville offense has so far been their ground game, averaging over 200 yards rushing per game on the ground.
Last time out, Benton defeated Catholic last Friday at One Memorial Stadium 40-7. And near the end of that game, D.O., you wondered, when was the last time the Panthers scored 40 points in a game? It's not a number you see very often. So we dug into Donnie Burks's historical records and found out it was the 5th game of 1960. Wow. 61 years ago was the last time Benton scored 40 in a game. They beat Mableville 40-0. The irony, the week before that win, they played Catholic, and the week after they played Russellville.
That is kind of ironic. That's pretty interesting history right there. Well, you sent that email earlier in the week. I think it was Monday, and I remember reading that. I found that fascinating. And there were several other games prior to that we had scored 40 points, which I also found interesting that it had been duplicated that many times because 40 is just an odd number in football. So anyway, good research, Jim.
Yeah. Thank you, Donnie Burks at the museum for that information. Strand Smith, boy, he has had 2 back-to-back stellar first halves, 15 for 19 last week for 176 yards. 4 touchdowns. He's thrown 7 on the season. Cameron Harris with a hat trick, 3 touchdowns in the first half last week. 4 catches, 57 yards, and one of his catches made the top 3 plays of the week. That catch in double coverage in the corner of the end zone. The Johnson & Johnson combo, 20 carries, 230 yards, and a touchdown for Casey and Brandon last week. And how about that offensive line? 470 yards total offense. 1 sack allowed on 65 snaps. I don't know that I've seen a unit improve over 3 weeks like Jason Gentry's has.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, we knew coming into this season that one of the low points for this Panther team was going to be the size of our offensive line and would they be able to, to handle the competition. But allowing only 1 sack against a good Catholic team, that's pretty impressive. So curious to see what they're going to do tonight. Russellville prides itself on its defensive line, so they're going to have their work cut out for them tonight. And if they can keep Strand Smith, upright, Benton looks to have another good night.
Defensively last week, the PDC gave up -12 yards rushing and 106 yards of total offense. Catholic was 1 of 11 on 3rd and 4th down combined. That's as good as you can do defensively.
It is as good as you can do. And, for the listeners out there, and this is not taking anything away from Benton, I will say this. Catholic did have a running back that only outweighed my 8th grade size by about 30 pounds. So they aren't loaded. Catholic wasn't loaded. We're going to get a much better test tonight from Russellville. But still, that gives this team some great confidence going into tonight, knowing that they can do the job. And what they really did a good job of, what we saw was the defensive line really took care of the line of scrimmage and allowed the linebackers to run free because we saw Bo Wright have a big night in tackles. Kane Simmons, of course, had a big night in tackles. And you're about to talk about Bo Wright with 10 tackles, 3 of those for loss. Is that a safety?
A sack.
Sack. Sorry. Golly, I got to brush up on this, Jim. I'm supposed to be a professional up here. And then 1 quarterback hurry, but big night for Bo Wright. Well, that's made possible by your defensive line.
Connor Jewell, one of those linemen, the nose man, in fact, 5 tackles last week in a hurry. And not only was he a fire plug against Southwest, he was again last week too.
Yeah, well, I got to see Connor as I was coming through talking to the team while they were standing there at the garage door of the field house. And Connor was on my team all the way from 4th grade on up, so I've known Connor and coached Connor for years, and he said something to me that I couldn't hear real well, and I said, Connor, would you do something tonight to give me something to talk about? He just gave me the 2 thumbs up, so I'm expecting something big out of Connor Jewell tonight. He gets fired up for these games, and he loves for nothing more than to get after the quarterback or the running backs.
Yeah, defensive end combo last week, and Hunter Goodwin, who had a sack last year in the game against Russellville. Sophomore Peyton McNeely recovered a fumble last week and had 3 quarterback hurries, just relentless on the pass rush. So all in all, it was a Catholic team with an outstanding quarterback in Preston Scott, and yet he was just 10 of 26 because the Panther defense never gave him time to throw and get comfortable.
Yeah. And that was really the key to that game, because that quarterback, we saw his arm strength. I mean, we saw what he could do. He has a cannon for an arm, but if you don't have time to get your feet set and find a receiver, it doesn't matter how good of an arm you've got. And the Panther defense did a fantastic job of doing that. But how about Kane Simmons? I know he gets a lot of credit, but what he had 16 tackles last week. Am I right?
And it was 16 the week before.
Golly, I'm so behind.
All those numbers you crunch during the week kind of run together after a while, right?
I think that's what happens.
So Panthers are going to get another stiff test from a Russellville team that plays up against Benton. We've seen it the last 2 years. It's a different luck Russellville team. Dave Wheeler is the new Russellville coach. He former defensive coordinator at Arkansas Tech. He was the defensive coordinator of the 2016 Russellville team that won the state championship. Most recently, he was at Fayetteville and then at Rogers. His offensive coordinator is Tyler Clark, last year's head coach at Paris. And Jeff Weaver, the coach at Russellville last year, is now the head coach at Paris. So they just kind of traded places over there.
You think they had a phone call about that? Like, hey, what do you think about swapping?
Yeah, I'll go there and you come here. But, as Brad Harris said on the Panther Live at Pasta J's, Wheeler is a fiery, no-nonsense, hard-nosed defensive coordinator type. And you can tell a different attitude and a different toughness about the Russellville team this year.
Yeah, well, and in high school football, the tough teams, they're the toughest ones to play because the physicality, it really matters at this level. It matters at all levels of football, but I'm interested to see how these teams match up today. We've definitely got the athletes in the skill positions. We know that we can compete with anybody. So I think it is going to come down a lot to some physical toughness.
Last year, Russellville threw for 384 yards against Benton in that game at Russellville. But you look at their stats this year, Dio, they're only allowing 49 yards rushing a game, and they're running the ball for an average of 217 yards a game. So you can see maybe a refocus and a recommitment to winning the line of scrimmage for the Cyclones.
Well, that's kind of, if you think about a defensive-minded coach's mentality, they kind of like the old school football games. 10-6 was a good score back in the day, and a defensive coach knows his bread and butter is if he can keep his, keep the number of possessions, keep the clock running, especially against a team like Benton, which you can do with the run game, you're going to give your team the better chance, especially if you've got the emphasis on your defense. If you can, keep your offense on the field, you've got a better chance.
This week in Benton Panther sports, cross country finished 6th, the boys. The girls finished 4th at the Bison Invitational in Searcy last Saturday, and they will run tomorrow in Russellville at the Cyclone Invitational. For the Lady Panther volleyballers, it was 2 sweeps again this week over Maumelle and Sylvan Hills. They are now 6-0 in conference and will play Little Rock Christian next Tuesday. The Benton Junior High Lady Panthers remain undefeated, 15-0 overall, 8-0 in conference, and they won the Conway tournament last Saturday. 7th grade football at Lakeside on Monday split. One winners 20-0, one loss 14-8. Golf, Mark Ballesteri will join us at halftime and give us a recap of how the golf season is going. The boys and girls both finished 2nd in the 5A Central Conference tournament this week at Jacksonville. Tennis dropped won to Little Rock Christian, and the junior high football split against Lake Hamilton last night. 8th grade lost 24-22. Freshmen won 28-14. We are going to go down to the field for the national anthem tonight, as it is presented by the Benton High School Choir. It's the Benton ROTC color guard carrying the flags.
Choir President Emily Ball will now lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for a moment of silence.
Now a moment of silence in the stadium.
The national anthem will be performed by the Benton High School Chamber Choir under the direction of Josh Johnson.
Now our national anthem by the Benton High School Chamber Choir.
Oh, sing and you see by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous sky, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets well blazed, the bursting gate through the night, and our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the
Beautiful job by the Benton High School Chamber Choir with our national anthem tonight. We're going to step aside on the Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show, and when we come back, we'll hear from head coach Brad Harris. This is Benton Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
GMC and discover the Everett difference. But what is that difference? It's outstanding customer service, the largest Buick GMC inventory in Arkansas, a state-of-the-art facility, and an outstanding team of professionals who put your needs first. From sales to service to financing, the difference shows in everything we do every day. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit.
Family and community go hand in hand. That's why ACDI proudly calls downtown Benton our home, and why we are excited to be a part of this community. Hi, I'm Josh Lane, the team captain at ACDI. My teammates understand the importance of serving in the community, and at ACDI, we'll always make that a priority. We are proud sponsors of the Benton Panther football team and thankful to share our family with this great hometown. Go Panthers!
Allied Glass is a full-service glass shop located in historic downtown Benton. Allied Glass is a third-generation business and family-owned and operated since 1967. Mirrors, shower doors, commercial storefronts, tabletops, screens, plexiglass, and much more. For all your glass needs, call Allied Glass at 501-778-6244, located at 115 East Sevier in downtown Benton.
Any lasting structure begins with a good blueprint, and every good blueprint must be designed specifically for the people it serves. The Benton Event Center, Riverside Park, and the new Boys and Girls Club, all designed by the professional architects at Black, Corley, Owens, and Hughes. They understand the Benton community and are a major part of our economic success. Proud sponsors of Benton Panther football and valued partners for our community.
And look forward to Russellville on Friday. It's homecoming. It's the 54th time the Panthers and Cyclones have played You've won 4 in a row against Russellville, but the last 2 have not come easy.
Right.
A 5-point win and a 7-point win. Tell us about the Russellville team that comes to town.
Well, that's one thing we talked about, Jim, is I'm big on giving some guys some stats about our matchups, and that was one thing we talked about Monday when we started talking about Russellville was we haven't lost to them since 2016 when they beat us 2 times that year when they won their state championship. But we haven't done anything easy the last 2 years. Last year we got out to a big lead, but then we gave up the lead and was fighting for the win, with a 7-point win when it was 47-40, and we hung on. That's all you can say about that. And then 2 years ago it was in 2019, I think it was 35-31, 36-31. So it wasn't a pretty win. It was a win, and we're glad to take that to open conference up. But we're looking for more than that this year. We want to make a statement coming into conference like we have the last 2 weeks. But we're looking at a Russellville team that is improved. They've got a new head coach up there in Dave Wheeler, and Coach Wheeler is a very fiery coach. He's kind of in-your-face type guy. He's going to motivate you. He's going to push you. And you can see that. You can tell that they have a different attitude on the field than what they had last year. So we know that we're going to have our hands full coming out. We feel like we're a better football team than them physically in a lot of positions, and we also feel like we're a better overall team than them. But we also know that they've got something to prove too. They're coming into the season 2-1. Just like we are, and I tell the guys the first week of the season there's going to be 4 teams in first and 4 in last. They're one of those teams that's fighting for first place this week, just like we are, and they're going to be a handful. We know that. Defensively, they're very scrappy. Offensively, they try to be in your face, run the football. They're not big up front. They're not big at their skill positions, but they're gritty, and sometimes that's a good thing as a high school football player if you're gritty and you're small and you get after somebody, and that's what they look to be.
Offensively, they'll kind of bring a 3-headed monster at running back at you. 3 different running backs. You talked about Brandon and Casey and keeping the guy fresh. Russellville will run 3 at you this week.
Yeah, they've got 3 guys that they rotate in at running back. One of them's a senior that we saw last year, and we held him in check. He's a smaller guy. He's only about 145 pounds, but he's very quick, elusive. We feel like that's a good matchup for us. Last week we held 2 small running backs in check to very little yardage. So we're hoping we can do the same thing to him. And then they've got 2 sophomore running backs, and I think number 1, he's probably their best running back as a sophomore. He's probably 175 pounds. He gets downhill real well, and he plays with his pads low. So we're going to do a good job of tackling a young kid all night. He's not a big kid like we've seen against Bryant or even against Southwest Little Rock or Little Rock Christian, but he runs the ball really tough.
Defensively, what challenges does Russellville present?
Defensive line. Definitely. They've got a returner, number 61, Tavion Traylor. Is the best player on their football team. He's O-lineman, D-lineman. Last year he was probably their best player. He's returning. He's a 2-way player. Trying to play more on defense this year than they are on offense. But he's a 6-foot, 275-pound kid that can play. He can run. He'll run sideline to sideline. So we're going to have to do a really good job up front taking care of him. So it's going to start with offensive line play. If we can control the line of scrimmage, I like our chances of moving the football, running, throwing, whatever we want to do. But we've got to take care of him. They also got another defensive end that's about 6'3", 230. So they've got some more size than what we got to see last week, that play organized and structured football. And we know we're going to have to control the line of scrimmage. Intangibles
always play a big role in high school, and I know for a coach on homecoming week with everything going on, in some ways it's a little bit like Salt Bowl week without the media coverage. You got a lot of moving parts throughout the week. Do you worry about the focus of the team this week?
Well, typically I would worry about that a little bit. We don't have a ton of activities through the week. It's typically the pep rally on Fridays. And then game day, our guys don't go out and walk the girls or anything. It's at the game itself. So, that day they're out of a routine a little bit because we got the homecoming pep rally that morning that they're involved in, which, I've always been the mentality of their high school football players. I want them to enjoy all aspects of it, not just the football game, but I also tell them that the reason homecoming is there is because of the football game. So we want to keep that as the number 1 priority. I want them to enjoy the experience. I want them to go Saturday night, and I want them to enjoy the game, the dance that they go to, and all that stuff. But the number 1 priority should be the game on Friday night.
And a lot of old Panthers will be back to watch these
Right.
guys.
That's exactly right.
And cheer them on. So, Coach, good luck Friday.
Thank you very much.
And good luck to all the Panthers as they take on Russellville.
Yes, we've got Bear on the line with a question for Trey. Bear, what's your question?
Hey, Randy, this is Bear, first-time listener, long-time caller. I wanted to ask Trey about Sanders Ground Essentials. I know they are real five-star guys wanted by everybody. I heard they have an excellent weed control and fertilization program, and they do customized plans based on annual soil results for all their customers. I just want to know what you guys have heard. I'm going to hang up and listen now.
Bear, you should call them at 315-9395 or on the web at sandersground.com. Let's get growing.
Congo Fireplace and Patio has been Benton's go-to place for all your hearth needs since 1920. Stop by now and see over 20 live burning displays. With the South's largest selection of gas logs, gas inserts, and wood-burning stoves, Congo has what you need to heat your home this winter. Get any accessory you need for your fireplace and stove in one place. Plus, see the largest selection of pellet stoves. With over 90 years of combined sales and service, there's no other place to shop.
Hamilton Family Dentistry, dental care that grows with you. We're family owned and are ready to provide dental care for your family. From your newborn baby to your great-grandparents, we see them all. Give us a call at 653-2422 or come visit us at 2422 Spring Hill Road.
Merchants and Farmers Bank is built around hard work and dedication, offering the big bank products but small bank friendly. Building relationships, one customer at a time. We invite you to be next. Stop in today at the corner of Spring Hill and Highway 5 in Bryant, or our newest branch opening soon in downtown Benton, where you'll find that your experience here matters. Visit us online at mfbanknet.com or find us on Facebook. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to the Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show on homecoming night. Cameron Harris and Kane Simmons are the Panther captains, as they are about to meet at midfield with the Russellville captains for the coin toss. For Russellville tonight, Luke Covington, the primary captain for the Cyclones. Dio, a great crowd over here on the home side tonight.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, the jungle is looking about as full as you can get it. I imagine that the Razorbacks would be, that looks about like the Razorback student section the other day.
And they're all in their jerseys. That's a good shot of the crowd on the live stream, all jerseyed up and ready to go to cheer on their Fighting Panthers tonight at homecoming. As coin toss taking place at midfield, Russellville with a good crowd across the way. And one thing you can count on with Russellville, they're going to fill up 1/3 of the section with their band. Always one of the larger bands we see each year.
Yeah, but they're entertaining at least, and I like how their horn section is all wearing cowboy hats. I think that's festive. So it's a good environment for high school football tonight, I can tell you that much.
Ben won the toss, will receive and defend the south end zone. Let's go to our picks to click, and Freddie, the #1 fan of the Benton Panthers, is going with Casey Johnson on offense, and the guy who sang in the choir during the national anthem, strong side linebacker Zane Manchek tonight. Dio, who you got?
Well, I'm going to take Cam Harris. I mean, after his 3-touchdown performance last week, I'm hoping that Coach Ray and Strand Smith dial his number up a few more times. And then on defense, I went with Jake Jones. I think with this Russellville ground game, Jake's going to have a big night tonight, so hopefully he plays aggressive like he usually does.
Donovan Pearson will be our Crew's pick on offense. He's touched the ball 13 times and has scored 3 touchdowns. So good pick by the Crew. And maybe a little nepotism at work here with Jack Woolbright, the pick on defense tonight, Dio.
Hey, you know what, though? There's nothing wrong with a little
Absolutely.
nepotism pick. I mean, you know what? I hope for Jack's sake that it works out for Mason. That's what I hope.
Yes.
Because that'll mean Jack has a great night.
And that's what we hope for is Jack, the quarterback turned cornerback, playing a little D tonight for the PDC. The smoke is wafting up. The Panthers are bouncing in the tunnel, and here they come onto the field through the smoke provided by Independent Fire Extinguisher Sales and Service, located at 515 Bird Street in Benton. Phone number is 778-4190. Dio, you nailed the keys to victory last week. Do it again, offensively and defensively. What do the Panthers have to do tonight?
Well, on offense, I really should have put again behind both of these because we were not one-dimensional last week, and we don't need to be one-dimensional this week. We ran the ball well on the ground. We threw the ball well through the air. We need to keep that balance. And then on defense, that defense needs to win the line of scrimmage. We are still getting some of these young guys in the secondary some experience. So the defensive line play is key for this defense, and so far they've shown up all year long.
So the Panthers will receive and defend the south end, Benton, in their home gray with maroon numerals, maroon pants, maroon helmets with the Motion B and the Fighting Panther head on each side of that helmet. Cyclones about to come out of their inflatable Cyclone helmet from the south end of Everett Field onto the turf. They are clad in red pants tonight, white jerseys with red numbers, and black helmets with the Cyclone on each side. So we are ready to go for a happy homecoming tonight. Conference opener for both the Cyclones and the Panthers in 6A West play. And it's a 6A West that's already seen a game last night as Little Rock Parkview, Dio, put it to Greenwood 48-28.
Yeah, that's I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because that either means that Parkview has really stepped up, which is not a good thing for us necessarily, or Greenwood's really down. Now, I do know that Greenwood had to start a sophomore quarterback, so that may have led into some of that. But either way, the 6A is not, the 6A West is not going to be a weak conference. Well, at least not until they make a change and reshuffle the conference again. So Benton's always in for a tough road to win conference.
Siloam Springs is at Van Buren. Lake Hamilton has made the long drive to Mountain Home tonight. Noe Jimenez, one of the biggest kickers you will see in the state, kicking off for Russellville. He's their goalie on their soccer team that finished state runner-up right here at Everett Field in the overall 6A state championship in soccer last season, as Benton steps out of bounds on the kick return at the 18-yard line. So the Panthers are going to start on the wrong side of the 20. And Strand Smith will be engineering the Panther offense tonight. Strand, boy, you couldn't ask for more out of him the last 2 weeks in the first half. He's completing 67% of his passes overall, 685 yards. He's thrown 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. And Strand brings the offense up on first down, gives it off to Donovan Pearson, running wide to the right. Russellville strings it out, and they're going to drop Donovan for a loss. As out there on defense, Elijah Clark for Russellville, loss of 2. Benton hurries to the line, go back to Donovan Pearson running short side of the field. Get a block on Clark that time. And Ty Hips, their outstanding linebacker, rides Pearson out of bounds, but not before he gets a first down to the 29-yard line. And Benton is in 5th gear right out of the gate tonight, to the line of scrimmage as the chains get set. First down and 10 for the Panthers. Snap back to Strand. He's going to air it out for Andre Lane. Makes the catch in stride along the Benton sideline and is over the 30-yard line before he's tackled by Elijah Stratton of Russellville. First down and 10, Benton. They mark him out at the 35. Dio, I catch my breath.
You can't catch your breath with it exactly. As fast as this offense is running tonight.
Well, they are in 5th gear as Strand throws, and he throws intended for Cameron Harris. Cam was running a go. Strand thought he was running a stop. Stratton on coverage for the Cyclones.
Well, and I think that must have been a read route for Cam because he had double coverage, and I think he was supposed to maybe, stop and come back if the safety was over the top. I know Coach Ray has a couple of those routes in there where the receiver is responsible for, reacting, and I just think Cam missed it maybe.
Fake to Casey Johnson. Strand Smith keeps and picks up 5 yards to the 30-yard line. Strand running hard. He's tackled by Jake Harrington, the outside linebacker, 5'8", 165-pound senior for Russellville. It's 3rd down and 5 Panthers at the Cyclone 30. Ball on the near hash mark. Benton moves right to left in this first quarter. Game's opening possession. Strand hands off to Casey Johnson, running room. Casey's in the red zone, down to the 14-yard line, and it'll be a first down as Casey Johnson, 16 yards on the carry. Eli Stratton on the tackle for Russellville.
Well, I can tell you what we talked about earlier about Russellville being a more physical team. They are definitely playing much more physical than the two teams we faced over the last 2 weeks and the Russellville team of last year.
First down and 10 Panthers at the 14. Handoff. No, Strand pulled it. And Strand's in the end zone. Diving touchdown. It was a great fake to Casey Johnson. I think all of us up here bought it, and Strand went around the left side to the end zone for the score.
Well, he was reading number 61. You could see it. You could see him watching him on that replay there, and wait until 61 turned his hips. That's the key, is you've got to wait until that outside overhang defender turns his hips to the running back, because you can't overcome that.
Lucas Wilbur's extra point is perfect. The cannon fires, and the ROTC prepares to do push-ups in the end zone following the opening score by the Panthers. Dio, we've seen this script before, hadn't we? The Panther offense, this makes 3 weeks in a row that they've come out firing on all cylinders from the get-go.
Yeah, that looked good. They ran the ball well. Even after that first play where Russellville did a really good job kind of stringing that play out and stopping it, it didn't slow us down. They just went right back to it. And you can tell when they get into a rhythm, that's what makes this offense click, because when you're getting those plays in there and you've got the defense back on their heels, they're not able to think. And if the defense can't think, this offense is going to win every time.
7-play, 82-yard drive for the Panthers in 1:37 to open the game tonight. And it has been a great start to homecoming here at Everett Field. Benton leads it 7-0. And now Lucas Wilbur will kick off for the Panthers. Back deep to receive for Russellville. It's Damon Donahoe and Tracy Daniels as Lucas puts the left foot into it. Daniels retreats, bobbles it at the 5. It goes into the end zone and an automatic touchback, and Russellville will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The Russellville offense will be led onto the field by senior Gavin Graham. Saw him at wide receiver last year, Dio. All he did against the Panthers last year was catch 6 passes for 218 yards and 3 touchdowns. Moved him to quarterback this year. He's thrown for 400 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions in Russellville's first 3 games thus far.
Well, I'm interested to see how the defense starts out tonight. We had a really fast start against Catholic last week. Let's see what they do here.
Panthers in that 3-man front. Russellville shotgun formation, one back in the backfield. Graham's looking deep, and he is throwing deep. And Jaden Collinet picks it off at the 45 over midfield, returns it into Russellville territory to the 42. A flag comes in behind it, and if the play stands, which it should, Jaden Collinet with the first interception for the PDC in 2021.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, that was great safety play. Well, he's not the safety, he's the cornerback play, but that was great. The receiver actually got underneath him, but you saw Jaden Collinet kind of put his hand up. Lucky he didn't do too much with it, but just gave himself a little bit of space. See, they called that against us, but it was after the interception.
Yeah, post-possession flag blocking the back against the Panthers on the return, but Jaden Collinet, the 6-foot, 185-pound senior cornerback with the pick. Penalty will move it back to the Benton side of the 50 at the 49-yard line. And the Panthers already up 7-0 with 10:03 to go in the first quarter. Have the football again. 1st down and 10. Strand Smith pumps and goes deep, and he overthrows Andre Lane. In coverage for Russellville was Mekhi Foster, the sophomore. Incomplete 2nd and 10.
You know, I didn't realize this, but that first series, we ran those first 2 plays with only 10 men on the field. And then that third play, when Andre Lane stepped out onto the field, that was a little bit of a hideout play. That was designed like that. I didn't realize that. Coach Nethery was up here, and he wrote something down on this paper. I didn't put 2 and 2 together until after that series was over.
Give off to Brandon Johnson, and Brandon with running room into Russellville territory near the first down. They're going to mark him just short of the 41-yard line. Is Andrew Adams, the senior cornerback for Russellville, on the tackle at the 42. 3rd down and 1 for Benton. So Justin Ray and Brad Harris going sneaky, Dio?
We're going a little bit sneaky, but Nethery does not call that. That's not a trick play or a gadget play. I can't remember what he calls it, but that's just for special circumstances.
3rd down and 1, and they give it off to Brandon Johnson, and he bulldozes his way for a 1st down. So he's tackled by Darian Thomas at the Cyclone 37. That'll move the chains. Fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 Benton.
Have we seen a double pass yet out of Benton this year? I think we were going to, but it got busted last week.
And wound up as a 9-yard loss.
Yes.
Yes.
But that was the only attempt, but he never threw it. So
correct.
We still actually haven't seen one.
Going to set up a screen on 1st down. Brandon Johnson makes the catch, and he's only going to pick up 3 yards as big Travion Traylor, who Brad Harris called Russellville's best player, 6'1", 275-pound defensive end. And Dio, he runs well. You saw him get out there on that screen, make the tackle.
Yeah, he ran really well and got off the block and was able to make the tackle. That was a pretty impressive play.
2nd down and 7. Back to the screen. Cameron Harris makes a catch, makes a move, get a man to miss. He's tackled by Darian Thomas and Javion Velasquez.
I want to tell you right now, that was a nifty little move he made. He just kind of made one little step to the inside, kind of backfield, back towards the line of scrimmage and dodged that player. But otherwise, that would have been, probably taken for a loss. You can tell the Russellville defense has been watching film. They recognized that was a screen on that play. They just couldn't do anything to stop it.
They eyeballed it, moved the chains. 1st down Benton at the Russellville 28. Strand Smith to throw. Has Cameron Harris. And Cameron unable to hold on to it at the 18-yard line. He claps his hands in frustration at the drop. It's incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, the defense kind of got on Strand Smith there a little bit quicker, I think, than he wanted to. You could tell the timing was a little bit off on that. I don't think Cam was expecting the ball quite as quickly either.
2nd down and 10 Panthers at the Cyclone 28. 5-receiver set. It's an empty shotgun set. Strand Smith looks to the sideline. It's a play being signaled in. Called down from Justin Ray in the press box, the Benton offensive coordinator. Strand looks left, throws. Cameron Harris bobbles, holds on to it this time, and is carrying Russellville defenders down to the 12-yard line. Darian Thomas again on the tackle, but it'll be 1st down Benton in the red zone at the Russellville 12.
Yeah, I'm going to take back what I said the play before. Maybe Cam's just got a little bit of butterfingers going on, but he finally got it dialed in that time.
Benton 11 of 14 in the red zone this season. And they're there again. 1st down and 10 at the Cyclone 13. Panthers leading 7-0 and looking to add to the lead in this first quarter, brought to you by Jones Heat and Air. Fake to Casey Johnson. Back shoulder throw and a diving attempt. Andre Lane couldn't hold on to it at the goal line. It's incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10 Panthers. Panther offensive line, Walker Davis, Elijah Harris, Carter Sanders, Connor Morgan, and Christian Evans, 4 juniors, and Evans the senior at right tackle up front. 2nd down and 10 fake. Throw. Andre Lane with the catch. Andre Lane carries Russellville Cyclones into the end zone. It is a touchdown, and he is going to go high five and hug homecoming queen Raygan Davis.
I think he gave her the touchdown ball. I swear that's happened before. And
Zach
the refs
Wallace,
threw a flag.
Abby Penn.
Did the refs throw a flag on it? There it is. Yeah, they got us. They get us for that. They got us for it last year too, I thought. You know what? It's worth it.
It's become a Benton tradition on homecoming, hasn't it?
It has. You may as well. Just accept the penalty. I think it's a good tradition.
So the score stands. Benton penalized 5 yards on the PAT. Now they're going to move it back to the 3, maybe penalize it on the kickoff.
I think they take it on the kickoff.
Logan Owen will hold, Walker Davis will snap, and Lucas Wilbur will kick the extra point for the Panthers. High snap, and gets it down. Boy, that was a great job by Logan Owen to get that down. Wilbur, extra point is good. 7:22 to go in the first quarter. It's Benton 14, Russellville nothing. This is Benton Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
Jones Heating and Air, located at 520 Edison Avenue in Benton, specializes in residential, commercial, and new construction HVAC systems and offers 24-hour service. Jones is a proud supporter of Benton Panther Athletics, the Saline County Boys and Girls Club, and youth sports at Benton's Riverside Park. Find out more at jonesheatingandair.com or call 501-778-3324.
You ready for this? Home field advantage is such a huge deal in football, and I think it's a huge deal in the mortgage world too. That's why we're a local company. We have in-house processing and underwriting, and that enables me to make sure that my customers have a great experience from kickoff to the closing table. And that's just what we want to do, is give them a great experience.
With Cornerstone Home Lending, you'll always have the home field advantage. Text DIO to 36260 to get started today.
Welcome back to Everett Field in the Jim Landers broadcast booth. Benton leads at 14-0 as Lucas Wilbur's kickoff is fielded by Daniels. He's over the 30, and he is going to be tackled by Bo Wright at the 31-yard line. Saw Bo do a great job in special teams last week at Little Rock Catholic, and on that tackle, Benton 9-play, 51-yard touchdown drive in 2 minutes, 41 seconds, Dio, following the Jaden Collinette interception.
I got to say something. We missed a name on that kickoff coverage. Bentley Stamper.
In there again?
Came in, he came in on that far side, and I'm going to tell you what, he laid a lick on that ball carrier there. So I like seeing that kid's fire on the kickoff coverage.
He had 2 tackles and kick coverage last week at Catholic as well. So second snap of the game for Russellville. Gavin Graham is going to keep. And Graham loses the football. The Panthers come up with it. That's 2 plays for Russellville and 2 turnovers, Dio. The Panthers are going to have it at the Russellville 23-yard line. Need my replay to see who came up with it right here. Looked like Zane Manchek knocked it out, and Bo Wright picked it up.
Yeah, that great play, great heads-up play by Bo Wright. I couldn't really tell I couldn't tell when the ball came out or anything like that, but hey, the refs call it a fumble. We're going to take a fumble.
So the Panthers had outscored Southwest and Catholic 94-6 in the first half the last 2 weeks. Panthers are up 14-0 and looking to add more at the Russellville 24-yard line. Smith takes a snap, drops back, pumps, and now he is going to be hit and he is going to be sacked by Russellville. Coming in on the sack for the Cyclones was Reese Colwell, the sophomore defensive lineman. They mark him back at the 30, a loss of 6 at 2nd and 16.
Yeah, that was a long developing play. They looked like they had Andre Lane out there kind of on a double move, and it just took a little bit too long.
Second down, go back to Cam Harris on the quick pass, and Cam with good running room along the near sideline down to the 18-yard line. Brett Wilbur's on the tackle for Russellville, and it's going to leave Benton with a 3rd down and 4 at the Cyclone 18. Panthers hurry to the line. Brandon Johnson set to the left of Strand Smith, who's going to go back to Cameron Harris, and Harris is going to be shy of the first down as 3 Cyclones in on the tackle at the 15-yard line. Jake Harrington leading the charge. 4th down and 1, Benton at the Russellville 15.
Yeah, it always surprises me when we go back to that right afterwards. But if the defense doesn't adjust, why would you not do it? If it worked the first time and the defense doesn't make an adjustment to it, and call a different coverage or move their cornerback up, go right back to it. I remember we did that against Texarkana a few years back. We ran it 5 plays in a row.
4th down and 1. Casey Johnson checks in, gets the carry. Man, what a hole. Casey Johnson at the 5, diving for the pylon. Touchdown, Casey Johnson.
Well, that was a good play. That was a great hole. Great job by the offensive line right there, because Casey didn't get touched until he was almost at the end zone.
Drake Womack, Walker Davis, Elijah Harris opening the hole. Casey Johnson scores with 5:44 to go in the first quarter, and Benton up 20-0. And a flag at the 5-yard line.
We're going to get Cam Harris with a block in the back. We saw it on the replay. I'm not going to blame Cam Harris. He was just trying to help his teammate get in there.
So that's going to move it back to the 15, take the score off the board. And we will repeat 4th down and 1 Panthers at the Russellville 15-yard line. Ball on the near hash, single receiver to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side. Same formation as before, same play as before, but Casey goes right this time, and he's going to go inside the 5 and somersaults down to the 2-yard line. First down, Mekhi Foster on the tackle for Russellville.
I can't wait to watch this one on the replay. Casey tried to do a little nifty little move there, but when you elevate, you better clear him.
Panthers hurry to the line, go back to Casey, touchdown. Touchdown, Casey Johnson. Behind Carter Sanders, Elijah Harris, Connor Morgan, and the guys up front. And Casey gets redemption after having a touchdown taken off the board. He's in the end zone this time with 5:15 to go in the first quarter. Benton with 2 forced turnovers that they've turned into points in this quarter. And Lucas Wilbur on for his 3rd PAT. Logan Owens' hold is good. Lucas Wilbur's kick is good. 5:15 to go in the first quarter. It's Benton 21, Russellville nothing. This is Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
It's Friday, so Panther fans are thinking about our friends over at Riverside Grocery. Everyone knows about their catering that's good as grandma's, but their breakfast and lunch are becoming a Saline County tradition. Deer season's just around the corner, and Riverside's also your headquarters for feed and game processing. So whether you're gassing up or grabbing those essential tailgating supplies, Riverside Grocery has everything you need. Drop by Riverside and start your weekend right.
Elliott Electrical is a proud supporter of Benton Panther football. For over 35 years, Elliott Electrical has been providing reliable, efficient, high-quality electric service to Saline County and Central Arkansas. From lighting design and planning to street and parking lot installation, Elliott Electrical has all the lighting services to keep your home and businesses illuminated. For a free estimate for all your electrical needs, contact Elliott Electrical today at 501-315-7539.
What a fast start tonight for the Panthers. 2 turnovers forced by the PDC, a Jaden Collinet interception, and a Zane Manchek forced fumble that Bo Wright recovered. Benton's turned them into points and lead 21-0 as the kickoff is going to be fielded by Russellville's Ty Hibbs. He returns it to the 24-yard line.
That was Jack Woolbright on the tackle.
Jack
coming down and just uprooting the ball carrier there, coming in low. That was a good play by Jack.
I think I can hear the crew in the truck hollering right now as they're pick to click.
I'm surprised Mason didn't, Jack Woolbright. He needs to come up with a little bit
extra.
A little bit of put some emphasis on a different syllable there.
So first down and 10, Russellville at their own 24-yard line. Back-to-back turnovers. Let's see what Russellville does here, and they just hand it off and run it right into Connor Jewell, Panther nose man, at the 25-yard line. A gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, I told Connor to give me something to talk about, and I didn't want to talk about him injuring his leg, so I hope that that young man's all right. It looked like he got twisted up there in that pile, but he is wearing a knee brace, so that's a good thing. That may just be tweaking an old injury or something.
TJ White, Coach Brad Harris, and Fred Harris out checking on the injured Connor Jewell at the 25-yard line. Is Connor.
He recovers quickly. I'm glad to see
Connor's
him
up.
walking off. That's good.
He's tough.
He's tough. He's a fire plug. Spark plug, fire plug.
It's been a backbone of that defensive line the last 2 weeks, that's for sure. We'll see how the Panthers adjust. Looks like Peyton McNeely will move to the nose man. They'll bring Ian Alvarez in at defensive end. So it's Goodwin, McNeely, and Alvarez, the front three now for the Panthers. 2nd down and 9, Russellville at their own 26. They hand it off to Tracy Daniels, the sophomore, and he's going to carry to the 30-yard line. Pick up 5. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Cyclones. As in on the tackle, Jake Jones for the Panthers.
Good push by the offensive line, and had some help in there. Can't find him on their chart there, but number 14, Trenton Stokes, came in and just bull rushed. I think is that Hunter Goodwin?
3rd down and 4.
No, Ian Alvarez.
Mercy. They gave it to Tracy Daniels, tried to get the first down right up the middle, and there was nothing doing as Bo Wright and company, Peyton McNeely in there as well on the tackle. Jake Jones also. 4th down and 5 for Russellville after a loss of 1.
PDC is not going to get Russellville any ground tonight. I mean, 2 turnovers and basically 5 yards on their only possession that they've actually kept the ball.
Nowhere to run. Ben Hallmark, an excellent punter, averages 43 yards per punt, is going to boot it away. It's a wobbly end-over-end punt that Kane Simmons drops to his knees and catches at the 37-yard line. And so we'll see the Benton offense again, an offense that has been unstoppable.
I mean, so
in the
far,
last 2 weeks and a quarter.
Yeah, they have been playing well. I mean, you're up 21-0, and your defense is stopping them, and your offense is moving the ball. Coach Ray may break out. He may start drawing some plays up on a chalkboard at halftime just for fun.
Brandon Johnson in the backfield, fakes to him. Strand Smith looking deep. Donovan Pearson in the seam into Russellville territory all the way down to the 35-yard line. Darian Thomas on the tackle, but Benton with another first down on a big play. Strand Smith to Donovan Pearson.
I like that little seam route right there. It's just so difficult to cover, and the safety just didn't play it right and gave Strand Smith the opportunity.
First down, Panthers go with the option pitch to Brandon Johnson, and he's going to pick up a yard for Cyclones over there, led by Latrell Thomas on the tackle.
Well, we just got our receiver didn't quite get in good enough position to really secure the edge or to kick him out and let him have a cut lane, so the defense just kind of swallowed us up on that one.
2nd down and 9, Panthers at the Russellville 34-yard line. Going to hand it off to Brandon Johnson to the short side of the field, and Brandon's going to pick up a couple of yards down to the 32-yard line. We keep calling Darian Thomas's name. He's in on the stop again for Russellville. 3rd down and 7, Panthers.
I'm going to tell you what, they run that play again. They've got an RPO on that. Strand kept his eyes on the safety coverage over the top of Cam Harris. They're going to hit that eventually.
Trips to the wide side of the field. That's Andre Lane, Drake Womack, and Donovan Pearson. Cameron Harris, the lone receiver, to the short side of the field. Brandon Johnson set to the right of quarterback Strand Smith. On 3rd down and 7, Smith looks left, throws Andre Lane wide open at the 20-yard line, makes the catch. It'll move the sticks. Benton converts on 3rd down, and it's 1st and 10. Benton back in the red zone. Eli Toland on the tackle for Russellville. Benton hurries to the line. Smith going to throw to Lane. Lane looking for blockers. Now tiptoeing down the sideline. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 13-yard line.
I'm going to start calling him Andre Twinkletoes Lane. That was some tightrope walking right there. Let's see if he goes out where the oh, yeah. That was close. That was real close, but he did that. You don't see too many players step out with their inside foot.
Yeah, it's Drake Womack on the pump fake, wide open, busted coverage by Russellville. Drake Womack in the end zone, his second receiving touchdown of the season, and it is 28-0 Panthers with 1:16 to go in the first quarter. What a pump fake pass, Dio.
He pump faked Donovan Pearson out. Donovan was like, is that ball for me?
Wilbur's extra point is good. 1:16 to go in the first quarter. Benton now leads at 28-0 tonight over Russellville. This is Benton football on the Benton Football Network.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, we know banking isn't always top of mind. You've got other things to focus on, like getting the kids to soccer practice or mowing the lawn or grocery shopping. But our products and services are designed to fit your schedule and needs. From online and mobile banking to convenient hours and locations, Farmers Bank and Trust is easy banking for busy living. To learn more, stop by your local branch today or visit myfarmers.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Our world has changed a lot in a short time. Your health and safety remain our #1 priority. We have the supplies needed and processes in place to keep you safe. We've implemented visitor restrictions, and we are reducing physical contact as much as possible. Patients and employees are required to wear masks for your protection and theirs. And your care team is screened daily. So don't wait to get the care you need. We're here for you today and always.
The Panthers have now put up 122 points in the last 5 quarters of first half football. Just an impressive onslaught by the Benton offense as Tracy Daniels returns that kick to the 23-yard line. Saw Connor Jewell in the break firing off in front of trainer TJ White, and we'll see Connor back out there. He's going to be fine after being shaken up on the last possession for Russellville. But Dio, as impressive as the offense has been, how about the defense so far tonight as well?
Well, so, I mean, they've allowed 5 yards. That's literally all they've allowed. 2 turnovers and 5 yards. Pretty good night on both sides of the ball. You know, defense has got momentum on their side right now too. So let's see if they keep up the heat.
And they do. As Graham tried to set up the screen, was that Manchak bringing the heat from the outside?
Yeah.
Forced him to throw quick for Donahoe to catch.
He didn't look like a choir boy to that quarterback.
No, sir.
He did not. That quarterback, he shot-putted the ball out because he wanted to get rid of it so quick.
Manchak, the 5'11", 210-pound senior that sang with the choir the national anthem tonight. Benton with 220 yards of total offense in this first quarter. Russellville yet to pick up a first down. 2nd down and 10, Russellville at their own 23-yard line. Gavin Graham in the shotgun, sends a man in motion. Graham takes the snap. He's looking. He's going to scramble and tuck and keep, and he now has a first down and more over the 40-45 into Benton territory as Pavarius Perkins was the first Panther to hit him, but he's going to get all the way down to the 47-yard line, and it'll be a first down Russellville in Benton territory.
Well, that's one of those things where our defensive coverage, our secondary coverage was too good. We had several guys double-teamed, and we left the middle completely wide open. Our defensive line got past the quarterback, and he was able to scramble for it. Their best play tonight's been a busted play.
Yeah, Graham came in with 133 yards rushing. Big gain on that one. 1st and 10, Russellville at the Benton 47. They bring Stokes in motion. Graham going to keep again, just scramble out of the pocket, and he's going to have big running room along the Russellville sideline down to the 28-yard line, a gain of 19 yards as Jacob Munns is going to run him out of bounds over there at the 28. 1st down and 10, Russellville at the Benton 28.
Well, and this is one of those things that our aggressiveness is playing against us on that right there, because our defensive line is getting too far upfield, just creating those big, huge holes. And, I mean, the quarterback has got nobody to throw to, so he's just like, well, let me just go through here. 1st
down and 10 Cyclones. They give it off to Damon Donahoe, and They go back to the center of the line where there is absolutely nothing doing. Walker Davis and Jake Jones in on the tackle for the Panthers as the first quarter comes to an end, and it is a first quarter that the Benton Panthers dominated tonight. 28-0 Panthers after one. This is Benton Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
So you know how in the fourth quarter of a football game, when the game's on the line, it actually gets kind of stressful, and that's not how a home loan process should be. When you're a week away from closing, which is the fourth quarter, you shouldn't have stress, and that's what at Cornerstone we want to take away. We want that to be a stress-free experience for you. We want it to be that blowout victory.
Text DIO to 36260 to get started on the home mortgage process today.
CTS Services is a Benton-owned company that specializes in industrial cleaning, waste disposal, and COVID-19 disinfection. CTS is a strong, secure company looking to add team members interested in a good career. CDL and non-CDL positions are available with competitive wages, IRA with a 3% company match, and health and life insurance benefits. For job, information, or cleaning services, give CTS a call at 501-778-4535. We open second quarter play. Russellville with a false start on moving back 5 yards. Rob Pepper's on the sidelines for us tonight. Rob, boy, you had a great view of a great first quarter for the Panthers tonight.
Yeah, guys, I really like the energy. I mean, the sidelines right now are going crazy. You couldn't ask for a better start. Great game.
And a great atmosphere. As you turn around and look, the stands over here are packed tonight.
Yep, the stands are full. The fans are into it. Great homecoming game.
Yeah, so if you're not at the Palace tonight, you're missing out. Want to be here 2 weeks from tonight when the Panthers host Parkview as Graham overthrows Stokes down at the 10-yard line, incomplete. And it'll be second down and 15 Russellville at the Panther 33-yard line. Second quarter brought to you tonight by Sanders Ground Essentials. They were actually out at my house this week putting the fertilizer and treatment on and all the good things they do to get ready for fall. Well, speaking of fall, could you have scripted a better start to fall, Dio?
No.
I mean, the last 3 days have been Gary James Chamber of Commerce ordered days, huh?
It's been pretty nice out.
Gavin Graham rolls out on third down and 15 and throws and overthrows his intended receiver, Caden Rose, on the Russellville sideline. It's
going to get us for a late hit here on the quarterback, roughing the passer, I think. Or is that intentional grounding?
Well, Rose was definitely in the area. I can't imagine it's grounding.
Yeah, well, he did. Yeah, it is roughing the passer.
Flag lies at the 42, and roughing the passer is going to give Russellville a free first down and move it into the red zone.
He was our white hat tonight. I recognize him. He was a quarterback at Lakeside years ago.
That would be Landon Trusty.
Landon Trusty. I knew I recognized him from my time on the sideline. You don't miss him. He's like 6'5". He's a big presence out there.
At 6'5", maybe more like 6'7", isn't he?
He is. Well, I'm trying to help myself out here. Make me feel a little bit better, Jim.
He is easily the most recognizable white hat in the state of Arkansas.
I will agree with that. He's a good one, though.
Yes,
I like him.
Very good. First down and 10 Cyclones at the Benton 18 following the roughing the passer. They give it off to Damon Donahoe running wide. He turned the corner. Flag comes in late as the Panthers tackle him at the 16-yard line. Andrew Armstrong, the senior on homecoming, in on the tackle. It's good to see Connor Jewell checking back in on that Benton defense.
Yeah, our defensive end on that kind of got caught up. He was heading outside to cut that off, and I don't know what he saw, but he stepped back in, and they were able to kind of get the edge. We still held him, pretty good there. The rest of the defense did a good job filling in, but That's one of those plays that could have ended up another way if he wouldn't have had help out there.
Yeah, got a horse collar penalty called against Andrew on that tackle. It'll move it down to the 8-yard line where it's first down and goal Russellville. They break the huddle, run to the line of scrimmage, 5-receiver set. They bring Donahoe in motion, fake to him. Gavin Graham is going to keep, and he's going to keep down to the 5-yard line. Good tackle right there at the 5-yard line. See, it's hard to see those numbers, isn't it, when they get down on the edges?
Yeah, that's when it gets difficult. Well, especially after they've been running around and they kind of get tucked up under their shoulder pads. You can't make out those twos very well. I know it's Kane Simmons because I can see that big elbow brace, but I can't hardly read that number from here.
Second down and goal from the 5. Graham's going to keep. Graham trying to pick his way to the end zone.
I think he was tackled by 10 of the Panthers. The only player not in on it was, I guess that's Jaden Collinette over there.
Is that the definition of gang tackling right there, Dio?
That was a gang tackle. Jaden Collinette was the only Panther not in on the tackle, but he was defending somebody, so he gets a pass.
Chris Bernard, according to our Eagle Eye spotter, Judd Hart, led the charge right there. Third down and goal, Russellville at the Benton 4-yard line as they come to the line of scrimmage. 2 H-backs in this set. Now Hallmark going to motion to the right, power that way, and a flag comes in and blows the play dead.
Yeah, their right guard got a little excited and decided to go early.
I'll back the Cyclones up 5 and make it a third down and we're just inside the 10, third down and goal.
Well, we got Connor Jewell back out there. That's good to see him back out there. So
yes, sir.
Glad that wasn't a serious injury for him. It's always tough, for seniors because you have a knee injury or something like that your senior year. That's never fun to have to spend the rest of the time on the sidelines. So good for him.
Russellville breaks the huddle to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Single back to the left. Now they motion a man from right to left. Going to roll to the left. Gavin Graham. He is pressured. He throws, and it is incomplete. Great coverage by Patrick Shipp to get a paw on it, and it'll be 4th and goal.
Yeah, that was great coverage because he got a paw on it, but he didn't get a paw on the defender and draw the flag. That was a great play.
Noe Jimenez will come on to attempt a field goal for Russellville. They are going to put the tee down at the 16, a 26-yard field goal attempt for Jimenez. Good snap, good hold, and Jimenez kicks it through, and Russellville's on the board with 9:28 to go in the first half. It's Benton 28, Russellville 3. This is Benton Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett, inviting you to come see us at Everett Buick GMC and discover the Everett difference. But what is that difference? It's outstanding customer service, the largest Buick GMC inventory in Arkansas, a state-of-the-art facility, and an outstanding team of professionals who put your needs first. From sales to service to financing, the difference shows in everything we do every day. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit.
Family and community go hand in hand. That's why ACDI proudly calls downtown Benton our home and why we are excited to be a part of this community. Hi, I'm Josh Lane, the team captain at ACDI. My teammates understand the importance of serving in the community, and at ACDI, we'll always make that a priority. We are proud sponsors of the Benton Panther football team and thankful to share our family with this great hometown. Go Panthers!
So following the Noe Jimenez field goal, it's 28-3, Benton leads. Russellville will kick off to the Panthers. And the last 3 weeks, the Benton offense, 16 possessions, 15 touchdowns in the first half.
That's a pretty efficient offense, if I do say so myself, and I do.
And Jimenez with the fake. They bring another kicker from the opposite side that Andre Lane fields at the 15, makes a spin move, and he is going to be tackled by Latrell Thomas at the 29-yard line. And that's where the Panthers will put it in play, 71 yards away. Distance has not been an issue for the Panther offense, though, in this first half. So they've got 220 yards of total offense, and will put it in play 1st and 10, leading 28-3. With 9:19 to go in this second quarter, brought to you by Sanders Ground Essentials.
Well, and so far we've had, decent success on the ground. We really haven't run it that many times. Most of our offense has come through the air. So, until they can stop that, there's no reason to really go away from it.
Strand's going to drop back, now roll to his right and throw on the run downfield, and he had a man open. That was Cameron Harris that couldn't hold on to it. Boy, how about Strand's arm strength?
Yeah. Well, and that's one of those throws where he was basically in a dead straight line with Cameron, and when you're throwing the deep ball at that angle, you could tell Cam just lost it because he couldn't get his shoulder around to see the ball coming. It was coming directly behind him. That's one of those, if Strand can put a little more air under it and let Cam find it and run under it. But that was a great play by him to keep his eyes downfield and make that play.
2nd down and 10. Smith looking left. Now he's going to roll to the left. Pressured, and Hallmark and Traylor, those two outstanding defensive linemen for the Cyclones, are going to sack him back at the 25-yard line. A loss of 4, it'll be 3rd and 14. Third down and 14, Panthers. Trips to the wide side. That's the near side of the field. 2 receivers to the short side. An empty gun. Smith tried to Nate Beckham off sides. Couldn't do it. Resets the offense. Snap back. Smith looking. Smith throwing. Andre Lane makes the catch. Make it Donovan Pearson on the catch, and he's going to be ridden out of bounds at the 33-yard line, shy of the first down. It's Alex Bonilla on the tackle for Russellville, and Benton's going to have to punt it away, and Bo Wright is on to punt.
We shouldn't have jinxed him. We talked about
I know.
I don't really believe in that, but it is kind of funny that we said something and then we don't do well. That's a great punt.
Great punt by Bo Wright. Ty Hips is going to retreat. He called a fair catch and looked like he was going to take off and then decided against it. They're going to mark it at the 27-yard line. So we'll step aside and, well, nope, they're already out there. Tell you what, let's go down to Rob Pepper.
You have dropped a...
Where is Rob?
Rob is a man on the move down there.
Yeah, I finally get to come down to the other side of the field.
Yeah, we've kind of played this on one end of the field all night, huh?
Yeah, I've really liked it to have I ain't got my steps in, though.
There you go. Exercise night for Rob down there on the track. 1st down and 10 for Russellville at the 27. They give it off to Damon Donahoe. And Donahoe runs into Zane Manchek. Wrong roster. At the 28-yard line, gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. Long day in Gillette, right?
Yeah, I'm curious to see what Russellville does now. Really the only success they had was that last series, and most of that was their quarterback pretty much scrambling for his life. So they really haven't been able to dial up any actual plays that have been successful plays. So I'm curious to see what direction their coach goes here.
2nd down and 9. Graham fakes, pressured, and he is going to be sacked back at the 20-yard line.
It's my boy Jake Jones on that tackle.
With a drop the hammer celebration after that sack.
I think that was the PDC sledgehammer is what he was doing. That was that motion.
Jake's 2nd sack of the season. Back at the 21-yard line. Boy, Jake is just a Benton Fighting Panther through and through, isn't he?
He really is. I was looking on, I can't remember where it was. I saw him with some national baseball rankings as a catcher.
Yeah.
So he's ranked up there, one of the top top-ranked catchers in all of Arkansas.
They're down in 16, Russellville from their own 21. Graham trying to set up a screen, does to Donahoe. Donahoe with blockers on the edge, and he is struggling, going to be stopped well short of the first down at the 32-yard line. Donahoe going to be 6 yards short of the first down.
Actually a pretty good little play out of him. I mean, I was impressed that he made it as far as he did. We had one of our defenders take down one of our other defenders trying to get to the I couldn't tell who was blocking who there, but forced a punt. That's a good job by the Benton Panther defense.
And Hallmark on to punt. Panthers with 2 men back to receive, Kane Simmons and Andre Lane. It's a low line drive punt that is going to die at the 43. Did it touch a Panther?
I don't know.
Is that ball just
it hit the back. It hit the back of a Russellville Cyclone. We'll see that on the replay. It hits number 6 in the back, and a Benton Panther runs by it, but that's Jaden Collinette or Jack Woolbright. I couldn't see in the replay going to block somebody, but nobody touched it from the Panthers.
Yeah, it was Jaden Collinette that was looking to make a block and came near the football but didn't touch it. So Panthers have it after it's down at the Benton 43-yard line. Ball right in the center of the field. First down and 10, Benton with 5:54 to go in the second quarter. Benton leads at 28-3. 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Casey Johnson in the backfield. Casey's going to fake, throw it out to Donovan Pearson, and Pearson into Russellville territory, breaks a couple of tackles and scoots up the sideline. They're going to actually mark him out back at the 49-yard line. So it's an 8-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Talk about some blocking, though, by Cam Harris. He did such a good job right there. And these receivers, Drew Harris has done such a phenomenal job coaching these receivers up. I mean, these guys block at a college level.
2nd down and 2, Panthers. Casey Johnson in the backfield going to block for Strand Smith, who's lucky, and his arm is hit as he prepared to throw. They're going to say it was incomplete as he was looking downfield, and as he got ready to let go of the football, Dio, his arm was hit by the Russellville pass rush.
Yeah, that pass rush came up on him quick. Number 61, we've called his name all night for the Cyclones, Trevion Taylor. He was back there in the backfield. I don't know if that was him who got his hand on it, but he's been pretty instrumental in getting back there. That was Carson Smith who got his hand on it.
So 3rd down and 2, Benton power set. They're going to give it off to Casey Johnson. Casey is hit by Trevion Traylor and driven backwards. So they're going to give him the line of scrimmage and no more. It'll be 4th and 2.
Trevion Traylor playing a little bit like Keith Traylor.
Yes. Fourth down and 2, Panther offense. Hurties to the line of scrimmage, leading 28-3. Tried to draw him offside. Now we'll see if Strand steps back and punts it. No, Panther offense going to move Casey Johnson to the right. Panthers going deep. Strand Smith to Donovan Pearson makes the catch and a first down at the Russellville 30. That seam skinny post route, and Strand put it on the money, Dio.
Man, that's such a tough throw to make right there, and you look how he just fits it in that window. But you got to elevate that ball above the linebackers, and I'll shut up while we run this play.
Well, keep talking as a quick screen incomplete.
Yeah, so you've got to elevate the ball above the linebackers, but you can't float it because then the safety's going to tear your receiver's head off. You know, Tom Brady did an interview, and he's talking about all these hits, and he said it's the quarterback's fault when their receivers get, punished by a defender because they put the ball in a bad place. Strand Smith did a great job putting it in the perfect spot for Donovan to catch it on the run.
2nd down and 10, Benton at the Russellville 30. And boy, Strand threw a fastball intended for Cameron Harris, and the closest one to that football was Mekhi Foster, the Russellville cornerback.
Well, and he was kind of like a look what I found, but he didn't hang on to it.
Strand threw a 90-mile-per-hour heater that time. 3rd down and 10. Benton at the Russellville 30. Strand looking right, throwing, catches made, reaching out toward the first down. Donovan Pearson, they're going to mark him shy at the 22, and it'll be 4th down and 2.
Well, go for it again. Why not?
Ty Hips on the tackle for Russellville. Young man that's led Russellville in tackles his sophomore, junior, and is leading the team in his senior year, trying to be leading tackler 3 years in a row. 4th down and 2 for the Cyclones at the for the Panthers at the Russellville 22. Give it off to Casey Johnson. Running room, 1st down and more as Casey lowers his shoulder and runs over Eli Stratton down to the 12-yard line.
Great play by Casey Johnson. I like what he did there. He just lowered his shoulder and got what he could get. You know, sometimes we see him try to do the cutback and tiptoe around, but that time he did what he needed to and just went forward, north and south.
We've seen a renewed tough attitude out of Casey the last couple of weeks. Throwing for the corner of the end zone for Cameron Harris. Cam broke out. Strand threw it for the back pylon, a little miscommunication, and it's incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that's a good little double move. That's that inside. Looks like he's running a post, then he breaks back out to the corner. I think Strand thought he was going to break it up a little bit, a little bit less of an angle than Cam did.
2nd and 10, Benton at the Cyclone 12-yard line. Drake Womack is the H-back. He is set up behind right tackle Christian Evans. Casey Johnson in the backfield to the right of quarterback Strand Smith. Going to fake to Casey. Throw, Drake Womack, touchdown. His 2nd touchdown of the night as they went play action, and Drake was all alone into the end zone.
That was a great play. That play action was gnarly, but Strand Smith did a good job. He kind of sidearms that ball a little bit, but that's to give him a quicker release. But, boy, he was deadly accurate with it, put it right where it needed to be.
Lucas Wilbur on for the extra point. It is up. It is good. 3:36 to go in the first half. Benton leads at 35-3 over Russellville. This is Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
Allied Glass is a full-service glass shop located in historic downtown Benton. Allied Glass is a 3rd-generation business and family-owned and operated since 1967. Mirrors, shower doors, commercial storefronts, tabletops, screens, plexiglass, and much more. For all your glass needs, call Allied Glass at 501-778-6244, located at 115 East Sevier in downtown Benton.
Any lasting structure begins with a good blueprint, and every good blueprint must be designed specifically for the people it serves. The Benton Event Center, Riverside Park, and the new Boys and Girls Club, all designed by the professional architects at Black, Corley, Owens, and Hughes. They understand the Benton community and are a major part of our economic success. Proud sponsors of Benton Panther football and valued partners for our community.
By Mekhi Foster, make that Damon Donahoe. He's breaking tackles to the 23-yard line. Not going to be able to get away from Eli Contorno. And that's a guy that we are trying to get the senior spotlight on, isn't it, Dio?
Yeah. Well, maybe he can take Andrew Armstrong out on another celebration.
Exactly.
We'll give him credit for that.
10-play, 57-yard touchdown drive for the Panthers in 2:24, capped off by a Strand Smith to Drake Womack touchdown pass. And the Panthers in control in the first half tonight, 35-3. This Benton offense has scored 129 points in the first half of the last 3 games. Russellville going to hand it off to Mekhi Foster. We've seen him on defense primarily tonight, and he's going to carry to the 33-yard line. Patrick Shipp and Hunter Goodwin on the tackle for the Benton defense.
Yeah, a little success from the Russellville offense there.
They're going to move the chains, give Foster the first down as they mark it at the 34-yard line. 1st down and 10 Cyclones. They go back to Foster, running room up the middle, making Panthers miss over midfield. Makes Kane Simmons. I I think Kane Simmons was going to miss, and Mekhi Foster just lost his footing in Benton territory at the 42.
Yeah, it's another just kind of a gashing play, just straight up the middle. I'm not sure where our defensive line or linebackers were because he seemed like he was in the secondary the second he got the ball.
Arson Smith, the center, doing a good job blocking that last time for Russellville. They go back to the center of the line with Foster, and that time Benton adjusts and stops him for just a 2-yard gain, as they will give Mekhi Foster the 40-yard line and nothing more. Bo Wright on the tackle for Benton. Second quarter brought to you tonight by Sanders Ground Essentials. We'll have our Hamilton Family Dentistry halftime show. Be talking about Benton Golf and the Miracle League as Gavin Graham flushed out of the pocket, scrambles to his left. He tucks, he runs, and he runs out of bounds and kind of gets a little love tap by Bo right there on the sideline at the 35.
I'm glad Bo hit him when he did and didn't wait a half second more because if he did, he'd have drawn a flag. So. But I think the quarterback thought Bo was going to just let him waltz out of bounds, and Bo Wright was like, no, you're not going to gain any yards without paying some price.
So it stops the clock with 1:58 to go in the third quarter. 3rd down and 3, Russellville at the Benton 35. Cyclones with trips to the short side of the field, tight end to the right, single back to the right. Graham drops back. He's pressured, flushed, keeps, and he is going to be tackled at the 35-yard line.
Right again.
Yeah, good job by the senior linebacker to stop him shy of the first down. It'll be 4th and 2 Cyclones.
Well, and you know they're going to go for it here. Would like to see Benton get the ball back and be able to score again and put us into that mercy rule territory. How does that rule work in the second half?
Right. 35. Once it's 35, it's in effect.
Okay.
The balance of the game.
But it doesn't start until the second half.
Correct.
I couldn't remember how it worked.
So 4th down and 2 with 1:16. Brad Harris is going to take a timeout, and we'll take it with him. Benton leads at 35-3. This is Benton Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
Yes, we've got Bear on the line with a question for Trey. Bear, what's your question?
Hey, Randy, this is Bear, first-time listener, long-time caller. I wanted to ask Trey about Sanders Ground Essentials. I know they are real 5-star guys wanted by everybody. I heard they have an excellent weed control and fertilization program, and they do customized plans based on annual soil results for all their customers. I just want to know what you guys have heard. I'm going to hang up and listen now.
Bear, you should call them at 315-9395 or on the web at sandersground.com. Let's get growing.
Congo Fireplace and Patio has been Benton's go-to place for all your hearth needs since 1920. Stop by now and see over 20 live burning displays. With the South's largest collection of gas logs, gas inserts, and wood-burning stoves, Congo has what you need to heat your home this winter. Get any accessory you need for your fireplace and stove in one place. Plus, see the largest selection of pellet stoves. With over 90 years of combined sales and service, there's no other place to shop.
4th down and 2. Snap back to Ben Hallmark, who took the snap at quarterback. He's got the first down to the 31-yard line. So, Dio, they sneak the defensive tackle in at quarterback in the power set and get the first down.
I mean, I like the play call. That's something Benton does. We go with a heavy set when we've got a 4th and short. I think that's a great play call by Russellville. Looks like they're going to leave him in back there.
Hallmark was actually the quarterback in junior high. He's been playing defensive tackle for him. And he's in at quarterback now as he's going to lob one up, and it is going to be picked off. Jaden Collinette, his second interception of the first half, and returns it up the Benton sideline to the 30-yard line. How about the senior with 2 picks?
And that was crazy, the underthrown ball. But watch here on the replay, Jaden Collinette bumps into the receiver, causes him to turn his eyes around, and he's like, hey, there's the ball. Fantastic play, though, because that's one of those, usually it's kind of bang, bang, and you don't have a chance to catch it. But Jaden Collinette with some good ball skills.
They moved Graham out to receiver, who has quarterbacked the entire first half, moved Hallmark to quarterback, tried to throw it to Graham, and Jaden Collinette picked it off. 1st down and 10 Panthers. throw. Andre Lane can't hold on to it at the 35. As Strand Smith put it right on the Monday, and Andre couldn't pull it in.
Well, Andre saw number 18, Jake Harrington, for the defense, coming at him, and that's one of those where you got to train yourself to just hold on to it and know that a hit's coming, but that's okay. That's pretty natural to see somebody breathing down your neck out of your peripheral.
2nd down and 10 Panthers. Smith rolls to the left, throws on the run, catch is made by Cameron Harris, and he is going to step out of bounds. Flag, though, thrown back at the 25-yard line by the linesman on the Russellville sideline, and it appears it's going to wipe out a first down catch.
Yeah, I'm expecting to get a hold call here is what I'm expecting. Yeah. Hey, you know what? These refs don't conference quite like they did at War Memorial.
Thank goodness.
Oh, illegal man downfield?
Yes.
Well, that rollout play, we get that. We do that a lot. We did that last night in the junior high game.
Yes.
And it's so difficult for these linemen to not go pick up the next body on defense and to just stay put. It's so difficult at this level because they're just not used to doing that.
Penalty backs it up to the 20-yard line. 2nd down and 15 Panthers with 41 seconds to go in the first half. Now Smith going to roll to the left. Throwback screen to Casey Johnson. And, boy, Strand had to throw that one in a hurry as Trevion Taylor again applying the pressure. It's a great play call, Dio, just not enough time that time because of the Russellville pass rush.
Yeah, usually we execute that pretty good, but Russellville had, they got back to him, got back to the quarterback just a little bit quicker than Strand, I think, was expecting, because when he looked up, he had white jerseys all over him.
So 3rd down and 15 Benton at their own 20-yard line. Going to empty the gun here. 5 receivers set. Strand Smith ready for the shotgun snap from Carter Sanders. Gets it, looks left. Now he's going to run. Carter over the 30, Strand over the 30 to the 36-yard line. Needed 15, got 16, Dio.
Hey, that's how you get it back right there. Great play. But wait a minute, don't set the ball down a yard short there. It's like we placed the ball down. I don't think the ref did.
There you go. They're going to move it to the 36 as Benton calls timeout. And Rob Pepper, let's go down to you. It looks like Brad Harris is trying to get to that 35-point mark before halftime.
Yeah, I think he definitely is. We've got a lot of momentum, and I don't think we want to give any of it back to Russellville right now. So, yeah, I think they're going to hammer down and try to get it in the next 28 seconds.
And again, Rob, the atmosphere in the stadium tonight, as I look from where your vantage point, you've got a band, a full ROTC, you've got a student section that's packed in. It is a wonderful crowd tonight on homecoming.
Absolutely. You love to see stacked, the fans packed in all the stands, the cheerleaders cheering. It's like a party down here with the players. They're having a great time.
Hey, don't forget, we saw you and Freddie dancing during the break, so there was a little bit of dancing going on, too. Let's not leave that out for the fans.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Ask Freddie if he was going to put on a show during halftime.
Hey, but I got to say, if we were the judges of America's Got Talent, Freddie won on the dance-off between you and him. I don't mean any offense, Rob. I like you, but Freddie got you beat on the moves.
I would hope that he would. He's got a lot more practice.
And Freddie's got that camera with him tonight on homecoming.
And the jersey. I love the jersey.
Yes. Yeah. Strand looking downfield, going to throw short, and it's incomplete, intended for Donovan Pearson. That number 70 jersey that Freddie's wearing tonight, first time he's worn it to a game, a gift from Brad Harris on his 70th birthday.
That probably was the best birthday present Freddie could have ever hoped for. Like, I think he would have never thought he was getting that, but I bet he is proud of that jersey.
Yes. He's been ready to break it out. He said it's kind of hot, so he was waiting for a cooler evening. As Strand throws, good catch by Andre Lane on the Russellville sideline. Wisely steps out of bounds at the 45-yard line, a gain of 9, and it'll be 3rd and 1 Benton with 17.7 seconds left. Dio, the script similar to last week when Lucas Wilbur hit the field goal to get Benton to 38 in the first half, and that's, he's got the range.
Yeah, and that's really all Coach Harris, I think, is worried about doing. If he can get us, another 30 yards downfield, he's probably going to take a chance and kick it.
And an opportunity to work the 2-minute offense here. Strand takes a snap, rolls to the right, looking along the Benton sideline for Drake Womack. He made a diving attempt and couldn't hold on to it at the 30-yard line. And it'll be 4th down and 1 now, Panthers, with 12 seconds to go in the half.
Well, and now we got a fourth and 1, so we not only have to worry about moving the ball downfield, but we need to worry about moving the chains downfield.
And Brad Harris leaves his offense on the field, trips to the right, one receiver to the left. Panthers going to swing it out to Casey Johnson, who makes the catch, has blockers, has the first down as he's tripped up at the 44-yard line. That'll move the chains. First down, Casey Johnson to the Russellville 44.
Well, I don't think we're going to attempt a 63-yard field goal right there, so I don't think we're going to do that with 5 seconds left.
There's Ray Dempsey.
I'm going to tell you right now, could you imagine our kicker's eyes if Coach Harris said, come on, let's go, we're kicking. What?
Eh? But what we do know is Strand Smith has the arm to get it to the end zone and more.
He can get it to the end zone from there. Now, I will tell you this. They have watched film on Cameron Harris because they've had him bracketed in coverage pretty much all night long. He's broken free a couple times when they've pulled one of the safety's eyes away from him, but I don't think that's going to happen. Obviously, defensive-minded coach over on Russellville, he's going to have him in a prevent defense. This is just going to be one of those throw it up. Cam's going to have to catch it probably in quad. There may be 7 men back there around him.
Randy Shaw, Jason Gentry, Drew Harris, the offensive staff, have given instructions to their offense back out onto the field. First down and 10, Benton at the Russellville 43. Here comes the Cyclone defense. It's what should be the final play of the first half. Benton with trips bunched to the left. Smith throws. Harris makes the catch, pitches to Lane, and here we go. As the Panthers were going.
Why do we do that to the short side of the field is what I'm wondering, because you just don't have as much room over there.
That'd be a good question for you to ask Justin Ray.
I'm going to ask Justin. I'm going to go hunt him down right now as he's coming out of the press box. I'm going to find out why we didn't run that to the wide side of the field.
And as first half goes, if that's the only thing we have to shrug our shoulders over, mercy.
Yeah, that's it.
Benton leads it at halftime tonight, 35-3 over the Russellville Cyclones. We're going to step aside for a break and then come back with the Hamilton Family Dentistry halftime show. This is Benton Panther Football on the Benton Football Network.
Hamilton Family Dentistry, dental care that grows with you. We're family owned and are ready to provide dental care for your family. From your newborn baby to your great-grandparents, we see them all. Give us a call at 653-2422 or come visit us at 2422 Spring Hill Road.
Merchants and Farmers Bank is built around hard work and dedication, offering the big bank products but small bank friendly. Building relationships, one customer at a time. We invite you to be next. Stop in today at the corner of Spring Hill and Highway 5 in Bryant, or our newest branch opening soon in downtown Benton, where you'll find that your experience here matters. Visit us online at mfbanknet.com or find us on Facebook. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Jones Heating and Air, located at 520 Edison Avenue in Benton, specializes in residential, commercial, and new construction HVAC systems and offers 24-hour service. Jones is a proud supporter of Benton Panther Athletics, the Saline County Boys and Girls Club, and youth sports at Benton's Riverside Park. Find out more at jonesheatingandair.com or call 501-778-3324.
You ready for this? Home field advantage is such a huge deal in football, and I think it's a huge deal in the mortgage world too. That's why we're a local company. We have in-house processing and underwriting, and that enables me to make sure that my customers have a great experience from kickoff to the closing table. That's just what we want to do, is give them a great experience.
With Cornerstone Home Lending, you'll always have the home field advantage. Text DIO to 36260 to get started today.
Welcome back to Everett Field and the Jim Landers broadcast booth. Benton leads on a happy homecoming at halftime, 35-3 over Russellville. Hamilton Family Dentistry halftime show. Want to welcome in Judd Hart, who is helping us tonight with some spotting and picking out things that we have a hard time seeing or don't see. And Judd's also the chair of the Benton Parks and Recreation Department on the City Council. And Judd, I want to take you back to Monday night, a very, very special night for Parks and Rec with the dedication of the Miracle League field.
It was the end of our first season, and we had a great turnout and just a lot of great people to thank and be thankful for that we finally have an opportunity to serve kids and all kids, and that's what Benton Parks is all about.
So tell me, how did that come to be, the Miracle League?
Well, it's with the direction of the, again, I would say the Parks staff. That's something that they want to do. Their mission is to make sure all kids have an ability to participate, have fun, and play, and that's part of their mission. And we needed some work in that area, and we knew that, and we had that the field over there at Tyndall Park that they came to the City Council and was approved to move forward on, and it's been a work in progress, but we finally got it done, and we've got some great sponsors. Big Red is our main sponsor right there, and Everett Scoreboard, which is going to be coming soon, so we really have some great sponsors and some great things to look forward to as far as that.
And it's not just been the Miracle League field. Tyndall Park has undergone an amazing transformation. Looks great over there.
We have. If you look at it, the north side of that where we had some playground area, we've made that an all-inclusive area as well. And then we actually doubled that size to include all the way down towards the Gene Moss building. And again, it's an effort that the Parks Department's making, led by Stephanie Jones, their director. And that Miracle League, the program staff do a great job. Logan is the man in charge of that, and again, he takes a lot of pride, and you can tell what he's done that first year.
Man, appreciate it. Appreciate the part you're playing as the council chair of that committee and all the great work the Parks and Rec is doing. If you will hand that over to Coach B right there real quick, Coach Mark Ballesteri. And, Coach, welcome in. And you were a part of that Monday night as well. Matt, if you could punch those pictures up that we sent you earlier this week, as you see your Benton baseball guys and some of those young athletes at the Miracle League, what was that night like for you and your team?
Oh, it was amazing. We had all the baseball players out there, and then also the cheerleaders came, and some of our softball girls, and then they had the Mayor's Youth Council out there, and also Catholic High's baseball team came also, and I mean it was just great to see the smiles on those kids' faces, and then to also see the smiles on the guys and the girls that came to support them. So it was an amazing night.
For those of you on the live stream, you see a picture there of some of the athletes, the Panthers that came to support them, and look at all those signs. I mean, you guys get together and make those signs last Monday? How'd that happen?
Well, we met about 2 weeks ago, and I just told them we're doing a Big Brother deal this year, and so each one of our upperclassmen has a little brother, and I assigned each one of them a player. And I said, y'all come up with some signs, and that's about all I said to them about it. And then they just went the
took it and ran with it, didn't they? That had to make you proud to show up Monday and see the effort your guys had put into that.
No doubt, and I think that's going to, that just goes to show what kind of kids they are, and it was a great night, to see. We've got one of our players' brothers is one of the kids that plays in the Miracle League, and I got an opportunity he's at the middle school, so I get an opportunity to see him, and man, that's all he's talked about all week long is how much he enjoyed all that. So yeah. It was a great experience for our kids.
Yeah, and it's really brought every corner of Saline County together. There's Benton kids and Bryant kids and Bauxite kids and Haskell kids that are a part of that. And you said even the Little Rock Catholic baseball team came down?
Yeah, their head coach was an assistant of mine several years ago, and he lives here in Benton. So, I think he heard about it and he wanted his kids to get involved in it. So, it was a good deal.
It was an outstanding night. We really tried to promote it last Friday and encourage folks to come out, and I was blown away. It was like trying to find a parking spot at the Salt Bowl over there last Monday.
It was. You know, our RBI club plastered it all over our social media, and it was just a great experience. You know, I appreciate the Parks and Recreation on what they're doing, and you know, they called Coach Cox and I this summer and asked us to sit in on their first meeting they had over the Miracle League deal, and it was amazing. I mean, there was probably 25 different groups there, and so I think this is just a stepping stone. They just wanted to experiment with it, see how it went over, and Logan told me the other day that they've already got enough kids for 4 teams.
And that's awesome.
It's not even the spring yet.
Yeah.
So we're going to continue to be involved with it, and we're going to have we're going to have nights assigned to our players to be buddies, and you know, it's just I told our guys, you know, we take things for granted, you know, and these kids just, I mean, it meant the world to them to see somebody cheering them on, and besides their family.
And,
you know.
Yeah, and I know their families have expressed their appreciation to you and your guys since then.
Sure. You know, and you know, the bottom line, it's all about those kids. You know, and it sometimes it takes that kind of an experience for these young kids that are healthy to understand, you know, how important it is of what their opportunity is every day to get up on their own, to walk to school, you know, in the hallways, and just be able to do things on their own, and to give back and to be able to help those kids that really need it, you know.
Yeah.
Because you don't ever know, you know, they may end up one day having kids and having to experience something like that. So, you know, hopefully it'll help them out too.
Great perspective for the kids, and quite frankly, a great perspective reminder for us adults too.
Sure, no doubt.
Those last 2 Mondays that I've been over there have sure been inspirational to me. Now, everybody kind of knows you as the Benton baseball coach, but you've been pretty busy this fall as the Benton golf coach, huh?
Sure, yeah, we've had a really good year. We're real young. You know, our girls are all all freshmen, and beginning golfers, and they've made some great strides. They've probably improved 20 strokes on a round from the beginning of the year till now, and it just basically came from them going out there every day for 5 days a week swinging a golf club. And you know, I'd like to say it was me, but you know, you know, and then my boys, we're kind of in the same boat. We've got 3 juniors that play some for the varsity, and then the rest of them are all freshmen. And we ended up finishing runner-up in the conference this past week, and in both boys and girls. And in the boys, we had a 9th grader, Elias Payne, missed out by 2 shots of being the medalist, and he shot a 2 over par 74. And then another freshman, Mason McDaniel, shot a 76. And you know, and then Eli Cowden as a junior, he shot an 81, and then our leader, our best average guy, and the best golfer we've had all year is Maddox Davis, and you know, he just didn't play his best the other day, and he still shot an 83 and didn't even play good. So you know, and then we've got several other young players. We have 5 kids that play junior high football that are also golfers. And it's been a struggle trying to get that to work.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, these guys, they're good football players. But if they're not practicing football, if you go to Long Hills or Hurricane, they're on the golf course every day. And I'm not talking about just for an hour. I mean, they're there from daylight to dark, and you can tell. I mean, they can play.
So the fellas finished second.
Mm-hmm.
And the ladies as well.
They finished second also, and we go to state. The girls' state's Monday in Glenwood, and then the boys' state is October 5th, and we're actually playing at Mystic Creek in El Dorado, which is it's going to be an experience because it's probably the hardest course in Arkansas.
Yeah.
So you know, anything can happen. You know, and we're good enough to where we can compete to win the state championship. That's probably not. We're probably a year or 2 away, but I mean, with playing it at that golf course, you don't ever know.
So some of the young ladies, Who do you want to emphasize?
Yeah, I mean, all four of them really. Finley Van Hook, she's probably the best one of the four right now. And then Belle Butler, she does a really good job. And Megan Bohannon, she's a two-sport girl right now. She does volleyball and golf. And then we got another girl, Addison Glaze, and she's a ninth grader too. They're all four ninth graders. And, you know, right now our focus is just to hit the ball hard every time. And, you know, they went from shooting probably 120 to 125 to we shot 105, a 113, and a 114 in the conference, and we ended up second place.
So the girls will play in the state at Glenwood
on Monday,
and the boys will be at El Dorado. Okay, so good luck to the Benton golf team, and Coach, we appreciate you and sure appreciate you involving the Benton baseball program and the Miracle League dedication.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you very much.
You bet.
We'll take a break, come back, and continue the Hamilton Family Dentistry halftime show tonight. Benton leads Russellville 35-3. This is Benton Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
It's Friday, so Panther fans are thinking about our friends over at Riverside Grocery. Everyone knows about their catering that's good as grandma's, but their breakfast and lunch are becoming a Saline County tradition. Deer season's just around the corner, and Riverside's also your headquarters for feed and game processing. So whether you're gassing up or grabbing those essential tailgating supplies, Riverside Grocery has everything you need. Drop by Riverside and start your weekend right.
Elliott Electrical is a proud supporter of Benton Panther football. For over 35 years, Elliott Electrical has been providing reliable, efficient, high-quality electric service to Saline County and Central Arkansas. From lighting design and planning to street and parking lot installation, Elliott Electrical has all the lighting services to keep your home and businesses illuminated. For a free estimate for all your electrical needs, contact Elliott Electrical today at 501-315-7539.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, we know banking isn't always top of mind. You've got other things to focus on, like getting the kids to soccer practice or mowing the lawn or grocery shopping. But our products and services are designed to fit your schedule and needs. From online and mobile banking to convenient hours and locations, Farmers Bank and Trust is easy banking for busy living. To learn more, stop by your local branch today or visit myfarmers.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Our world has changed a lot in a short time. Your health and safety remain our number one priority. We have the supplies needed and processes in place to keep you safe. We've implemented visitor restrictions, and we are reducing physical contact as much as possible. Patients and employees are required to wear masks for your protection and theirs. And your care team is screened daily. So don't wait to get the care you need. We're here for you today and always.
So you know how in the fourth quarter of a football game, when the game's on the line, it actually gets kind of stressful, and that's not how a home loan process should be. When you're a week away from closing, which is the fourth quarter, you shouldn't have stress, and that's what at Cornerstone we want to take away. We want that to be a stress-free experience for you. We want it to be that blowout victory.
Text DIO to 36260 to get started on the home mortgage process today.
Welcome back to the Jim Landers broadcast booth at Everett Field. Benton leads Russellville 35-3 tonight at halftime. I want to bring Judd Hart back in, the chair of the Benton Parks and Rec department, as we kind of put a cap on the Miracle League dedication.
Right, and I just want to thank our, like I said, our sponsors, and we had some actually partnership with several different organizations, one being the Autism Association of Saline County, Horton's Orthopedic and Prosthetics, Civitan Services, Friendship Pediatric Services, Kid Source Therapy, and Community Connect and Grow Learning Center. And again, if anyone's wanting to be a part of this league, you too can participate, but we do thank those sponsors that helped us in that and appreciate everything they do, and they're here for those kids as well. So it's just been a great thing, and we're going to continue to expand the all-inclusive parks in all of our parks. We have 13 different parks, so we're going to make that an effort in the upcoming years, again, to continue to expand so all kids can have be a part of all of sports.
Awesome. It was awesome, and I can't wait till spring and the Miracle League to crank up again in the spring. But we got an exciting fall ahead of us, especially with the way the Benton Panthers are playing. As Benton leads at 35-3 at halftime. Dio, they're going to roll some of the first half highlights on the live stream, and there were a lot of highlights in that first half.
Boy, there were a lot of highlights. Andre Lane, a lot of kids getting in on the action. Nice to see Drake Womack with 2 scores. Strand Smith running the ball well. We haven't really seen him run the ball a whole lot this year, but that was really good. Jaden Collinette with 2 interceptions. First Russellville play of the game. There's Jaden returning the ball. Then he got one later on in the second half. But Strand putting the ball on the money there, and Andre Lane pulling defenders in with him into the end zone, and then handing the ball to the homecoming queen. So everybody's getting in on the action there. Bo Wright with the fumble recovery.
Benton ran 25 more plays than Russellville. Wow. And had a 1 minute, 10-second time of possession advantage. The old ball coach always says time of possession is the most irrelevant stat in football. Boy, that proves it in that first half as Benton snapped it 48 times. Russellville just 23. Benton 312 yards of total offense to Russellville's 106. You mentioned Drake Womack, 2 touchdown catches, one of 12 yards, one of 13 yards. Casey Johnson with a 2-yard touchdown run. Andre Lang had a 13-yard touchdown pass, and Strand Smith with a 14-yard touchdown run. So Strand with 3 touchdown passes, 1 touchdown rushing in that first half. As Benton leads at 35-3, we're waiting on Brad Harris to arrive near Rob Pepper down there, Dio. You remember that very well, waiting on the old head coach to come out.
Well, there's nothing quite like it because you're thinking about what am I going to ask him when we're up 35-3, and I had so many interviews, was talking to Coach Nethery about that at one time, and he just remembered I asked him one game at Jacksonville. We were up 40-something-0 at halftime. I said, "What's your plan for the second half?" And his response was mass substitutions. I also remember the issues of the microphone connecting from a great distance where Rob is. So for those of you listening who hear a little static, that's because we're trying to bring you a halftime interview with Coach Harris here. So looks like Rob's going to catch him right there. So let's go down to the sideline.
Take it away, Rob.
Coach Harris, a really fast start and a great first half for homecoming and the conference opener. What was your message to the team at halftime?
Well, Rob, I thought we played really well in the first quarter, and I thought the second quarter we kind of got a little passive, a little complacent, but real proud of how we came out offensively, defensively. Got a couple of turnovers right there, turned it into quick points, Would have liked to have seen us finish a little bit faster there in the second quarter, but not disappointed at all. Just would like to have seen a little bit more pressure applied to them to finish the quarter right there. But real proud of where we're at right now.
Absolutely. Good luck second half.
Appreciate you, Rob.
So it's a happy Brad Harris. He got to escort his daughter as part of the homecoming court tonight, and
pretty cool.
Yeah, Dio, you had some experience with that.
I did. My daughter was she was lucky enough to get on homecoming 3 years, so I got to don a suit and 3 different color ties. Had to match that dress, so I think I got a couple of new ties out of the deal, but I think we got some stats coming up here, Jim, so let's look at these.
Yeah, halftime stats dominated by the Panthers in that first half. 219 pass yards for the Panthers to 11 for Russellville. Rush line fairly even, 93 rushing for Benton, 95 for Russellville. Panthers with 17 first downs to Russellville's 7. Fourth down conversions.
Wow.
4 of 4 in the first half, Dio. Wow.
That's pretty impressive, and we've done pretty well all year. I'm curious to look at the total stats for fourth down conversions for the year, because I know do you have those? Do you have that somewhere on that magical
Ask it, you
chart?
shall receive. Benton now 8 of 12 on the season on fourth down.
That is about as salty of a statistic as you can get. I mean, if you're running 67% conversion, you're doing pretty good.
Individually, Strand Smith, 19 of 32 passing in that first half for 219 yards. There is a big goose egg in Strand Smith's stat line that I don't want to emphasize anymore because we don't want to snake bite that thing, right? Casey Johnson, 5 carries, 41 yards. Strand, 5 carries, 25 yards in the first half. That's a little bit of a change-up we hadn't seen the first 3 weeks. Strand running the ball.
Yeah, well, but you notice one of the big differences in statistics is 32 passes. You know, the previous 2 games we've seen 17 and 18, I think respectively, as far as pass attempts in the first half. So, you know, almost double the number of pass attempts. We just really didn't run the ball. So Casey Johnson and Brandon Johnson, the big duo, really didn't get that many opportunities.
Donovan Pearson led the Panther receiving corps with 6 catches for 78 yards. Cameron Harris, 5 for 43. Andre Lane had 4 for 68. Drake Womack, 2 for 25, but they were both touchdown receptions. And as Dio mentioned, Jaden Collinette, the senior cornerback, with 2 interceptions in the first half for the Benton Panthers. Tonight's Hamilton Family Dentistry halftime show. We appreciate you sticking with us through halftime and appreciate Judd Hart and Coach Mark Ballesteri sharing with us about the Miracle League field dedication as well as the Benton golf teams as they prepare for state tournament action. The girls at Glenwood, the boys at El Dorado. We are ready to start the second half, and Lucas Wilbur kicks it off for the Panthers. Tracy Daniels is going to fall on it at the 16-yard line, and that's where Russellville will put it in play for this third quarter. Brought to you tonight by Merchants and Farmers Bank. They are not new to Saline County, but they're new to Benton and will be opening a new branch soon in downtown Benton at 300 North Main Street across from the courthouse.
And it's coming along. They're getting it every day I pass by it. It's getting more and more complete, so they're not far from opening that thing up, I think.
A lot of progress this week. For more about Merchants and Farmers Bank, go to mfbanknet.com.
Went over that last week. I don't have to ask for you. Those of you listening, he said net.com, so don't go thinking he said .net.
First down pass from Gavin Graham out to Trenton Stokes, and he is hit by Kane Simmons on the Benton sideline at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 4 for Russellville to bring up a 2nd and 6.
Well, I'm curious that Russellville's coming out throwing the ball to start the second half after they've really had more success. I mean, they've had 11 passing yards so far, so kind of surprised to see them trying to go back through the air. They are lining up in a little bit of a different formation than we've seen, though.
Going to go back to the ground to Damon Donahoe, and Donahoe is going to carry to the 24-yard line, bring up a 3rd down and 3 for the Cyclones.
Well, boy, it'd be nice right here to bow your backs and get a good stop. Negative play or a turnover would be good for the PDC here. Get the ball, take any chance of momentum out of Russellville's hands, go down and score, and initiate the mercy rule.
Goodwin, Jewell, McNeely, the front 3. Wright, Jones, Manchek, the linebackers. Collinette and Perkins, the corners, as Graham's going to swing it out to Trenton Stokes. And he is going to be hit at the stick, fall forward for the first down. Trying to get Trenton Stokes involved here in the second half. He's the big 6'2", 195-pound Russellville receiver, built a lot like Cameron Harris, and he picks up the first down.
Well, I remember Trenton Stokes, I believe, from when these guys were in 9th grade.
Yes.
Because he was that size in the 9th grade, or at least that height. I remember he was a big, tall kid. Did he have a brother that played for Russellville?
The state championship team, Caleb Stokes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Wore number 14.
Okay, that's why it rings such a bell.
Yes. Damon Donahoe gets the carry, and he's going to pick up a couple of tough, hard-earned yards to the 29-yard line.
Now, was Caleb Stokes the one that went to he was the receiver?
Wound up at UCA.
Okay, that's what I thought. He was a good player on that team.
Yes, and he was a mismatch to cover in their pass
game. Oh, my goodness,
game.
I remember that.
2nd down and 8, Graham throws, catch by Eli Toland.
And
he is hit immediately at the 31 DO.
Kane Simmons and Bo Wright, those two guys right there are not, pound for pound, the two strongest guys on the team, if I'm not mistaken. Kane and Bo Wright, not two guys you want to get hit by.
So 3rd down and 6 for Russellville at their own 31-yard line. They're going to send 2 receivers to each side of the formation, lone back in the backfield to the left of quarterback Gavin Graham, who takes a snap, looks left. He's throwing deep, and Jaden Collinette was the closest one to it, trying for his 3rd pick.
Well, I mean, if you got the hat trick on interceptions, you've had a good night as a cornerback.
Now, we were talking about dads escorting daughters.
Yeah.
Got a future father of the bride in the booth right now, huh?
Sure do.
Congratulations to the Nethery family on the recent engagement of Morgan.
Yeah. It's exciting. I think my grandson's gonna be in the wedding, I've heard. Oh, yeah.
That's news to the father of the bride. Is the punt, fair catch by Andre Lane at the 36. You're just the budget man on this thing, right?
Well,
what's the bottom line?
Well, just don't hire my wife as the wedding planner. I'll just give you that tip.
First down Panthers after the Andre Lane fair catch at their own 36-yard line. Benton leads at 35-3 with 9:31 to go in the 3rd quarter. Strand Smith's going to give it off to Casey Johnson on first down, and Casey powers for 3 to the 39. It'll be 2nd and 7. Ben Hallmark on the tackle for Russellville.
Well, I just got a text from my wife. Not funny. So I guess I've gotten myself, hey, Jim, you got an extra bedroom I can sleep in tonight?
Harry's ears were burning.
Yeah. Yeah, well, no, that just means she's listening to us on the radio.
There you go. 2nd down and 7. Benton at the 39-yard line. It's a fake to Casey. Throw to Cameron Harris. Cameron makes a move into Russellville territory down to the 39-yard line. Well, that's a gain of 22 and a Benton first down.
That was a good pass. He talk about a quarterback has to have, you can't just have a driver. You've got to have a pitching wedge and a 7-iron, and Strand's got all of those tools. He's able to fit that ball in there and, really place it well.
Kai Foster on the last tackle. This time Strand is hit by Ben Hallmark very hard as he released the football, intended for Cameron Harris, overthrown. It'll be 2nd and 10. Second down and 10 for the Panthers at the Cyclone 39. Going to swing it out to Donovan Pearson. Donovan's going to reverse his field, bring it back to the near side, looking for blockers. Boy, Donovan ran about 10 miles to lose 3 yards and 3 flags on the turf.
Well, we saw Cam Harris, and he knew the second he did it that he probably shouldn't have done that.
I believe they're asking Dave Wheeler across the way if he wants to accept the penalty or decline it. They're going to mark it from the 42-yard line. Now we get the signal from Landon Trusty, a personal foul blindside block against the Panthers.
He didn't even hardly touch him. That really shouldn't have been a personal foul. It should have just been a standard block in the back. I mean, he didn't come up with any force. Cameron was standing still and just kind of pushed him. And anyway,
But we've seen in recent years that has been a point of emphasis on the safety side.
They like to emphasize that because they don't have the targeting rule like they do in college football and the NFL. So they'll get them on the blind or the blindside blocks.
So the penalty will move it all the way back to the Benton 43. 2nd and 27. So give it to Donovan Pearson on the jet sweep coming near side. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds in Cyclone territory at the 46-yard line. Still going to leave Benton with 3rd down and 17.
Well, and I don't know if that was an automatic give or if that was a read play, but I almost wish that was a read option because Strand Smith could have probably just waltzed for about 30 yards right there if he would have been able to pull it.
Strand going to scramble and keep on 3rd down, and he's going to keep down to the 38-yard line. Mekhi Foster, sophomore, we've called his name a lot, Dio. He's actually starting for the first time tonight on defense in place of an injured Gabe Hogue. Senior defensive back for Russellville that's out tonight. Foster gets the start in his place and has played nice ball game.
Considering he's matched up against Cam Harris right now, he's played pretty well.
4th down and 9 Panthers at the 38. Strand going to set up the throwback screen. Catch is made. 1st down and more. Casey Johnson is going to waltz into the end zone. Boy, once he made the catch, it was just a whole lot of green and a whole lot of glory for Casey Johnson.
Yeah, that was a great play, and Carson Smith for the Russellville defense had his hands on him, but just couldn't hold on. Those maroon pants just don't have handles on them like he wishes they did. If they'd had handles, he may have made a tackle there.
Christian Evans, the senior right tackle, was out there leading Casey to the end zone. Lucas Wilbur's extra point is good. 7:10 to go in the ball game, and Benton leads at 42-3 tonight over Russellville. This is Benton Panther football on the Benton Football Network. CTS Services is a Benton-owned company that specializes in industrial cleaning, waste disposal, and COVID-19 disinfection. CTS is a strong, secure company looking to add team members interested in a good career. CDL and non-CDL positions are available with competitive wages, IRA with a 3% company match, and health and life insurance benefits. For job, information, or cleaning services, give CTS a call at 501-778-4535.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett, inviting you to come see us at Everett Buick GMC and discover the Everett difference. But what is that difference? It's outstanding customer service, the largest Buick GMC inventory in Arkansas, a state-of-the-art facility, and an outstanding team of professionals who put your needs first. From sales to service to financing, the difference shows in everything we do every day. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit.
Panther football brought to you all season long by the City of Benton. Reminds you that tomorrow from 8 to 1 is the Farmers Market in downtown Benton. As Dylan Bosley on to kick off for the Panthers. He puts a foot into it down to the 15-yard line. A return to the 25. A flag comes in. I believe that was a new return man in there for Russellville. Ty Hips, the linebacker, on the return for the Cyclones. Blocking the back against Russellville will back them up. This year's City of Benton Trunk or Treat event will be Saturday evening, October 30th from 6 to 8 p.m. behind Holland Chapel. It's free, and there will be all kinds of candy and a hayride, and maybe we can even coax the chairman of the Parks and Rec Department out there to pass out candy. Depends on the Razorback football schedule that day, right? So City of Benton, Farmers Market tomorrow, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. downtown. 1st down and 10, the penalty moves it back to the 13-yard line for Russellville. They'll go to the ground, give it off to Damon Donahoe, and Jaden Collinette's going to bottle him up with help from Connor Jewell and Kane Simmons. Man, I love seeing the nose man out there making a tackle on the sideline, Theo.
That brings back memories of Mel Hegwood.
Yeah.
Who was probably the most active nose man on the, from sideline to sideline. And it was always on the line of scrimmage. I mean, I've never seen somebody make so many tackles down the line of scrimmage from their nose position as Mel Hegwood.
Benton leads at 42-3. 5:15 to go in the third quarter. As Gavin Graham drops back, he throws for Donahoe in the right flat. Wow, that had to be a Kane Simmons tackle.
That was Kane Simmons.
Unmistakable.
Came in, looked like he was a torpedo fired off of a warship. I mean, just look at this here as he comes in. That running back was jumping for his life, not to gain extra yards. He was trying to save himself.
Kane just has a tackling GPS that is unmistakable.
He runs the alley.
Safety.
He runs the alley better than any safety. Stone Paul back in 2014 ran the alley like that.
Well, give it to Donahoe, and he's got running room. Chris Bernard, the sophomore, is going to make the tackle at the 31, but it's good for a Russellville first down.
Well, Russellville finding some success on the edges because they and in the first half we saw them have a little success run up the middle a few times, but now we've got the middle bottled up, and I guess we can't be everywhere at once. Maybe that's the lesson.
Tell you, one of the good things about seeing Damon Donahoe out there, he tore his ACL last year against Lake Hamilton, missed the remainder of the season. Good to see him back for his senior year playing hard for the Cyclones. As Graham throws, the catch is made, and it will be to the 38-yard line as Caden Rose made the catch for Russellville. Gain of 7.
Lost a shoe in the process. I think that was the result of Kane Simmons coming through there and grabbing a hold of it. He was taking something down to the turf with him. Didn't get the whole body, but he did get the shoe.
2nd down and 3 Cyclones. Graham in the shotgun takes and gives to Tracy Daniels. Minimal gain for Daniels. Late flag thrown by the white hat behind the play.
Is that a holding? Oh, shot block. Oh,
the
defense.
Wow.
Oh, we must have taken out an offensive lineman below the knees.
And that's going to be a 15-yard mark off against the Benton defense. Bobby Wynn was asking for an explanation. And apparently he's satisfied with the explanation. Moves it to the Benton 47-yard line. And it'll be 1st down and 10 Cyclones. Ball on the right hash as Russellville moves right to left in the third quarter as the play was blown dead and Bo Wright blew up Tracy Daniels. Now a flag comes in. I'm afraid they're going to get Bo for a personal foul.
Well, I mean, come on. That's kind of a quick. No, they're going to get after the play. Personal foul on both. Well, that's what happens when you're up 42-3.
Yeah, false start blew the play dead, and then Bo's going to get hit with a personal foul.
Yep.
15-yard penalty on the Panthers' unsportsmanlike conduct.
So they mark off 5 against Russellville, now 15 against Benton. That'll move it down to the 37 and give Russellville a 1st down.
Well, we're shooting ourselves in the foot on this one. We've had 30 yards worth of penalties on the last 2 plays.
Well, we saw that on the drive Russellville scored on in the first half, too.
Yep.
Multiple 15-yard penalties on that drive. 1st and 10 Cyclones at the Benton 37. They keep it on the ground with Tracy Daniels, and he's going to pick up 3 yards to the 34-yard line. Chase Harding, one of the sophomores in there on the tackle. Jake Jones as well.
You know, that's something I noticed too. We've led statistically in the penalties category the last 2 games as well. First, at least in the first half we have, but it hadn't really hurt us.
Give it to Daniels running up the middle. And he is going to be tackled by Kane Simmons at the 27-yard line. Should be good for a Russellville first down, and they are going to move the chains. First down Cyclones, as Russellville's found some running room in the center of that Benton defense. So what do? You bring Connor Jewell back in.
That's right. Bring in the fire plug. You ever try to run over one of those? Doesn't work out too well for your fender.
First down Russellville at the Benton 27-yard line. Minute 40 to go in the third quarter. It's Daniels on the carry.
Boy, the entire line collapsed, our defensive line, but they didn't assign anybody to Bo Wright, who came in there like a banshee and took out the running back. Great play by Bo.
At the 23, a gain of 4. Sure-handed tackler, Bo Wright. 10 tackles last week against Little Rock Catholic. He was our Pasta J's Panther Live Defensive Player of the Week. Give it off to Mekhi Foster. And we've seen Mekhi primarily on defense tonight. He gets a good carry down to the Benton 15-yard line.
Well, I like that little stutter step he did right there at the line to give time for his blockers to create the hole. That's actually, he plays a little more mature than his sophomore status.
Chris Bernard on the last tackle for Benton, and now Bobby Wynn has seen enough. He puts Big Walker Davis in at nose man now. 6'4", 275-pound junior. First and 10 Russellville at the Benton 16. Graham drops back, going to scramble to his right. He's going to keep, and he is going to break a tackle inside the 10 down to the near the 6-yard line, near a first down for the Cyclones.
Well, and that's one of those he made a nifty little move there, and we just talked about how sure of a tackler Bo Wright was, but he just put Bo on roller skates right there for a minute. So we need to quit complimenting these guys, because the second we say something, they go do it the opposite of it.
So the third quarter horn sounds. We go to the fourth. Benton leads it tonight, 42-3 over Russellville on homecoming on the Benton Football Network.
Family and community go hand in hand. That's why ACDI proudly calls downtown Benton our home, and why we are excited to be a part of this community. Hi, I'm Josh Lane, the team captain at ACDI. My teammates understand the importance of serving in the community, and at ACDI, we'll always make that a priority. We are proud sponsors of the Benton Panther football team and thankful to share our family with this great hometown. Go Panthers!
Allied Glass is a full-service glass shop located in historic downtown Benton. Allied Glass is a third-generation business and family-owned and operated since 1967. Mirrors, shower doors, commercial storefronts, tabletops, screens, plexiglass, and much more. For all your glass needs, call Allied Glass at 501-778-6244, located at 115 East Sevier in downtown Benton.
Fourth quarter that will be played under the sportsmanship rule. Benton leading 42-3. Russellville's going to hand it off to Damon Donahoe, and he's going to have a first down and goal for Russellville down to the Benton 4s. We look at the out-of-town scoreboard tonight. Bryant and Fort Smith Northside in a good one. 21-17, Bryant leads Northside in the third quarter. Big game in the 6A East tonight. El Dorado leads Jonesboro 14-7 in the third quarter. Lake Hamilton leads Mountain Home in conference 21-0 in the third quarter. Van Buren and Siloam Springs are tied up 14-14 in the third quarter tonight. First down and goal, Russellville at the Benton 4. They give it to Tracy Daniels, and it'll be a touchdown, Russellville. As Tracy Daniels slices into the end zone from 4 yards out. It's 42-9 as the clock runs with the sportsmanship rule in effect.
Well, I know Coach Wynn's going to be going to be a little disappointed in that score there, but
extra point by Noe Jimenez is good with 10:35 and counting. It's 42-10. Looking at the 7-4A scores, Harmony Grove and Ashdown are tied at 15 in the third quarter. Go Cardinals. Malvern and Bauxite in a good game tonight at the pit. Malvern leads at 13-6 in the second quarter. Glen Rose and Jessieville, the Beavers lead the Lions 25-17 in the fourth quarter. So any of those scores stand out to you, Dio, as we went through those? Bryant?
What was that score?
21-17 at Fort Smith Northside.
Wow. Yeah, Northside came in undefeated.
42-10, Benton leads it as the clock continues to run under the sportsmanship rule effect. Of course, Russellville is a 6A West Conference foe, and I believe Matt may have a graphic of Russellville's upcoming schedule. We'll have Benton's upcoming schedule as well. The Cyclones will host Van Buren next Friday before going to Lake Hamilton and Greenwood. They've got the Wolves and the Bulldogs back-to-back. Then Parkview, man, that's a 3-week murderer's row on the Russellville schedule before they finish up with Mountain Home and at Siloam Springs. And truth be told, after you beat Russellville tonight, you become a big Russellville fan the rest of the way.
Yes, you do.
So Noe Jimenez kicks off. Chris Bernard fumbles the kick return. Eli Toland is going to recover for Russellville as Bernard just struggling to get more yardage, lost control of the football, and Russellville will have it at the 33.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that was a great return. I like how he caught the ball and just went north and south, and he hits the back of his blockers at full speed. And, you know, just his momentum, all it took was a helmet coming in there to knock that ball loose. And anyway, Bernard's a good kid, sophomore player. He's got a bright future for the Panthers.
Yeah, students still on their feet, still cheering hard. Matt, can we get a shot of that student section on the live stream? They are all in and all into it tonight on homecoming. As well,
we got a
penalty against Russellville, backs them up 5, Dio.
Yep. Well, I'm going to tell you what, the defense is going to be tired. They've played a lot tonight.
There's a good shot of that student section.
All jerseyed up.
Oh, who was that in the Memphis Grizzlies jersey?
Well, I believe that was my son.
Yeah, looked familiar.
He did look familiar.
It's Gavin Graham's throw behind Trenton Stokes incomplete. And it'll be second down and 15 for Russellville at their own at the Benton 38-yard line. 7:40 and counting tonight. Benton leads it 42-10.
Well, my question is, Jim, after Tori sang the national anthem with the choir, did she go get her jersey and put it on?
She did. That's why that backpack is back there.
Okay, that makes sense. She's participating in all festivities of homecoming.
Yeah. Damon Donahoe on the carry, breaks a tackle, now loses his footing at the 31-yard line.
Kane Simmons got a nice little cramp there. You can tell he's having his teammate help him out.
Jake Jones doing his best T.J. White imitation right there.
He may have a future in that if playing baseball or football doesn't work out for him.
And I will tell you, and let me just say as T.J. White arrives to work that out, one of the neatest things is the culture of this team right now, and especially, and I get to experience it on Tuesday at Pasta J's. Last week we had about 75 there, and 55 of those were Benton Panthers. And just seeing the camaraderie of the guys and how they enjoy being with each other.
Yeah.
The team has a great culture right now.
Yes.
And when you see a guy like Jake Jones become trainer to his buddy on the field,
yeah,
that level of care for each other is obvious.
Well, that's what I've always said about high school football. That's what's so great about it. There's just so much more to learn about life than just, than just the game itself. And football teaches you so much, just how to operate on a team and how to overcome adversity.
Kevin Graham screen to Donahoe. Patrick Shipp is going to ride him out of bounds at the 26-yard line. First Security Bank is Arkansas-owned and Arkansas-focused with better service, better solutions, and better support with a better way to build a life, buy a home, or run a business. Bank better with First Security. Learn more at fsbank.com. 4th down and 3 for Russellville at the Benton 26. Panthers lead at 42-10 with 6:20 remaining in the ball game tonight. Ben Hallmark checks in at quarterback, takes a direct snap. He's trying to power for the first down, and he is not going to get it. Is that Benton defense playing hard to the final horn tonight? Even up 32, they hold Hallmark from the first down.
I can't read that number out there. Who was that?
That was Jake Jones.
Was it Jake Jones or Chase Harding? I thought it was 37.
It looked like 36 to me, Judd. 36.
36. Okay. You can give credit to my click to pick or pick to click.
Click to pick.
I do that all the time.
Hey, when he can go from trainer to middle linebacker stuffing a 4th and 3.
Listen, we'll take it.
Yeah. So Ben takes over 1st down and 10 at their own 24-yard line. See if they can massage 5:30 off that clock. So give it to Casey Johnson. Casey busts one at midfield, at the 40, at the 30, at the 20, 10, touchdown.
That's how you do it.
Hey, Cameron Harris was cheering for him and pointing to the end zone 30 yards away. Casey Johnson to the house from 76.
That's how you answer that. You just say, okay, you can score, we can score, but we only need 3.5 seconds. Well, that'll help the rushing totals. That'll help the stats for the night because our rushing stats weren't looking so hot until that run.
Lucas Wilbur's extra point is good. The cannon fires. The ROTC gets in place to do their push-ups, and the Panthers lead at 49-10 tonight. This is Benton Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
Any lasting structure begins with a good blueprint, and every good blueprint must be designed specifically for the people it serves. The Benton Event Center, Riverside Park, and the new Boys and Girls Club, all designed by the professional architects at Black, Corley, Owens, and Hughes. They understand the Benton community and are a major part of our economic success. Proud sponsors of Benton Panther football and valued partners for our community.
Yes, we've got Bear on the line with a question for Trey. Bear, what's your question?
Hey, Randy, this is Bear, first-time listener, long-time caller. I wanted to ask Trey about Sanders Ground Essentials. I know they are real 5-star guys wanted by everybody. I heard they have an excellent weed control and fertilization program, and they do customized plans based on annual soil results for all their customers. I just want to know what you guys have heard. I'm going to hang up and listen now.
Bear, you should call them at 315-9395 or on the web at sandersground.com. Let's get going.
So the Panther defense, Dio, held on a 4th down and 3, got the ball back, and Casey Johnson said, I'll take care of this.
Hey, I like it. Casey Johnson, we've been talking about him all year, that we wanted to see him run like he did as a sophomore. And not going to have the same night he had last year with 250 yards, but hadn't gotten that many carries, but he made the most of that one.
As the kickoff is going to hit at the 25. It's picked up on the bounce and returned along the Russellville sideline by Tracy Daniels to the 45-yard line. That's where the Cyclones will put it in play. Andrew Armstrong on the tackle for the Benton special teams.
The stands are starting to slowly trickle out here as we draw to a close. I think people are they're trying to take their place down on the fence so they can high-five these Panthers.
First down and 10 Cyclones. They give it off to Tracy Daniels running room into the Panther secondary. He's going to be down to the Benton 39-yard line. It's been a blessing to have Judd up here with us tonight, hasn't it?
It's been a big help because I'm going to tell you right now, like I'm looking at Jaden Collinette and Jack Woolbright, I can't tell those two numbers apart. They're 5 and 6, but you can't tell either one of them apart.
Give to Daniels, and Daniels over the 35 down to the 34. Gain of 5. Jacob Munns on the tackle. Jacob, a 5'10", 170-pound junior.
Well, this is the kind of homecoming game you want to have because the team came out from the start. Coaches had these kids well prepared. Judd, that was a very good point during the break. But you could tell they were prepared. They knew exactly what they were going to do. This team is very businesslike. Coach Harris has since he's been the head coach, that is one hallmark of his teams is they have a very businesslike approach to the game. They come in and execute. They may not always execute perfectly. It may not always work out, but they don't ever quit. You know, they don't ever give up, and they come out the next play and try to do right.
It's Mekhi Foster carries Munns and Jake Herbner on the tackle. Want to call Caleb Weston and Ethan Fryer, a couple of seniors that were in on the previous place tackle for Benton defense. As the clock down to 30 seconds to go. Benton leading 49-10, and Russellville going to try to score one more time before this one ends. As they give it to Foster, he bounces it to the left, hurdles down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
I don't think they're going to get another playoff. Well, yeah, they are. They're going to hurry it.
Hurry to the line, 8 seconds to go. Graham takes a snap. Graham keeps. Graham is not going to get there. That is an effort play to end the football game as making the tackle. Was that Bentley Stamper?
I couldn't tell from here because he is literally so far away.
Is it 38?
It does. Yeah, it was Bentley Stamper.
And I like that kid.
Yeah, he's good.
I like that kid. Bentley
I like his
Stamper
fire.
On the tackle to end the ball game. What a happy homecoming tonight at Everett Field. Benton wins 49-10 over Russellville. We'll take a break and come back with our CTS Industrial Services Panther postgame show. This is Benton Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
Congo Fireplace and Patio has been Benton's go-to place for all your hearth needs since 1920. Stop by now and see over 20 live burning displays. With the South's largest selection of gas logs, gas inserts, and wood-burning stoves, Congo has what you need to heat your home this winter. Get any accessory you need for your fireplace and stove in one place. Plus, see the largest selection of pellet stoves. With over 90 years of combined sales and service, there's no other place to shop.
Hamilton Family Dentistry, dental care that grows with you. We're family owned and are ready to provide dental care for your family. From your newborn baby to your great-grandparents, we see them all. Give us a call at 653-2422 or come visit us at 2422 Spring Hill Road.
Merchants and Farmers Bank is built around hard work and dedication, offering the big bank products but small bank friendly. Building relationships, one customer at a time. We invite you to be next. Stop in today at the corner of Spring Hill and Highway 5 in Bryant, or our newest branch opening soon in downtown Benton, where you'll find that your experience here matters. Visit us online at mfbanknet.com or find us on Facebook. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Jones Heating and Air, located at 520 Edison Avenue in Benton, specializes in residential, commercial, and new construction HVAC systems and offers 24-hour service. Jones is a proud supporter of Benton Panther Athletics, the Saline County Boys and Girls Club, and youth sports at Benton's Riverside Park. Find out more at jonesheatingandair.com or call 501-778-3324.
You ready for this?
Home field advantage is such a huge deal in football, and I think it's a huge deal in the mortgage world too. That's why we're a local company. We have in-house processing and underwriting, and that enables me to make sure that my customers have a great experience from kickoff to the closing table. And that's just what we want to do, is give them a great experience.
With Cornerstone Home Lending, you'll always have the home field advantage. Text DIO to 36260 to get started today.
Booth at Everett Field tonight. The Benton Panthers open 6A West Conference play on homecoming, a night in which Raygan Davis was crowned homecoming queen, and Benton celebrates a 49-10 win. Dio, it's the third week in a row that we have seen offensively, defensively, special teams, and a fast start. The Benton Panthers played very efficient and very effective.
Well, and I think the fast start's key, because that really opens up the playbook for Coach Ray. So that's been huge. Getting that fast start and getting the defense on their heels really allows you to do whatever you need to. Freddie's down there. Freddie's interviewing Coach Harris right now.
Freddie's escorting Coach Harris to Rob Pepper. Let's go down to Rob with Coach Harris.
Well, we're waiting on Rob, and I don't know that he can hear us, but we're ready for him.
All right, Rob, we're ready for you.
Rob has his earpiece in, but I don't think it's working because he is not taking any cues.
All right, while Freddie high-fives the defensive coaches.
Well, Freddie's down there hugging everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so no coaches interview.
No coaches interview. That's okay.
Okay, I tell you what. Can we do the defensive player of the game?
Yeah, I think that's an easy one.
All right. Dio, who we got this week?
Well, you said Jaden Collinette, and I think that was a pretty clear, that was a pretty quick pick right there. We're going to see here, first play of the game for Russellville, he picks it off. That was one of two picks on the night. Had another one, almost had a third pick, or was close to it, but played an outstanding game. Russellville didn't pass a whole lot, but when they did, he was there and had a fantastic game.
So Jaden Collinette comes up with the first 2 interceptions of the season for the PDC, and he is going to be our Pasta Jays Panther defensive player of the game. Now, offensively, Dio,
kind of a tough one. We all played pretty well.
I tell you what, I look at the stat sheet. Casey Johnson, 7 carries, 115 yards. He had 2 catches for 50 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Well, I'm going to say that we go with Casey then as that offensive MVP, because that's an offensive MVP worthy performance right there. Donovan Pearson, had a similar performance a couple games ago, and we gave that to him. So, Casey Johnson had a stellar night. Didn't hit his 250 that he did last year, but really just kind of salted it away there at the end with that big run.
So there'll be
well, and we see Rob, he's trying to.
Yeah, they're still working on getting everything plugged up down there. But Casey Johnson, 165 yards of total offense and 3 touchdowns.
Fantastic performance.
So our Pasta Jays offensive player of the game tonight, Casey Johnson. And our defensive player of the game tonight is Jaden Collinette. Matt, we got Rob.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead, Rob.
All right. I'm here with Coach Harris. Coach, very convincing win, conference win tonight. Looks like Strand Smith gets more and more confident each and every game. Y'all kind of turned him loose a little bit tonight. Thoughts on him and the rest of your team?
Right. Real proud of how we played effort-wise overall. And like I said, Strand's getting more comfortable each week. We like that about him, and the guys are confident in each other. That's the biggest thing. You see them playing for each other and not being selfish. You see Casey, celebrating with guys. You see Cam celebrating. They don't matter if they're touching it. We're scoring. We're winning, and that's what they're excited about. unselfish football is dangerous football a lot of times. And that's what we've got, a lot of weapons, a lot of guys that are tough to bring down. We're trying to spread it around and give a team a lot of things to look at right now.
PDC looked good, really good tonight.
Yeah, I thought we looked really good early. You saw us, we got a couple of interceptions, and you saw us raking the ball out early on, and we really tried to focus on that with a fast defense, stingy defense and stuff like that, and you saw that a little bit early. I think we had a little bit different mentality the second half, gave up a little bit more than I wanted to, but they got two good little running backs that are sophomores. They got after us in the second half, but real proud there not to let them in at the end. But got to play a lot of kids tonight, and get a 49-10 win. You got to be happy on homecoming.
You got to love it. Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate you, Rob.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. It was awesome having you on the sideline for us tonight, and appreciate your contribution. Why don't you give us kind of your take on homecoming tonight?
I love the crowd, the atmosphere by the players in the first half. It was great. I mean, you could, just like Coach Harris said, they were high-fiving. They were getting up for big plays for each other. We played a little sloppier in the second half and, had some things to clean up. But like you said, you've got to be happy with a big win, especially in open conference play. So I thought it was a great game. And
you got to spend 2 hours walking the sideline with Freddie. What could be better?
That was the best part.
Rob, thanks a bunch, man. We appreciate you tonight.
Absolutely.
So Matt's got some highlights of Casey Johnson, our Pasta J's offensive player of the week, punched up here for us, Dio.
Well, and, Casey really, really doing well in all phases, able to put his nose down and get in for the touchdown, but he's got the speed and catches it on the screen here. That was a fourth down play. You're not going to arm tackle him or hand tackle him, so Casey really just does a great job. We didn't get the highlight of the big fourth quarter run there, but that was a fantastic run, and he evaded a lot of tacklers downfield, so showed some nifty running. Did a great job.
And you kind of sounded the challenge to Casey in the pregame last week at Catholic, and I would say he has responded the last 2 weeks.
He has. It makes me wonder if they can hear us, because the way he's played is different than the way he played the first two games. We did not see the same Casey in those 2 weeks, so I'm glad he's shown up, and it's at the right time. I think it helps. It always helps when you've got two really quality running backs, because it creates kind of that camaraderie, but yet competition. You want to be out there. You want your number to get called, but the only way you do that, it's a merit-based system. If you run well with the rock, if you're aggressive, if you make the ball move downfield, you're going to get more of those carries. And when you've got two running backs that are quality kids that run the ball well, trying to fight for every yard, that makes a really good football team.
Justin Ray's offense is really clicking right now. They have found a groove with Strand Smith at quarterback, and it's really pick your poison.
Yeah.
Do you want to stop the pass game? Then the Johnson and Johnson combo are coming at you. If you choose to stop them, you got weapons galore on the outside that Strand can get it to, and an offensive line that just continues to do the job up front.
Yeah, I think they may have given up 2 sacks tonight. I know we'll get stats here in a minute, but 2 sacks on over 40 pass attempts is pretty good. And some of those sacks were really covered sacks, so you can't really blame the defensive line for that. But yeah, or the offensive line for that, excuse me. But you're right, and I think with Strand Smith, one of the things that the coaches have figured out is what he does really well. He's really good at the play action, and he's really good at the RPO. He's patient, but he's decisive. He's patient when he needs to be, but he's decisive when it matters. So all in all, they're looking really good going into the heart of their conference season. And we've got some tough opponents coming up. Siloam Springs, is probably going to be, they're probably going to be improved, or at least, similar to what they were last year. But they've given us a pretty good fight the past couple of years. But then we move into that Parkview and, I don't know about Mountain Home, but Greenwood and Lake Hamilton, we've got a tough road in front of us, but this team is built to beat those teams.
Yeah, the CTS Industrial Service Panther post game continues with a final stat update. Dio, break it down for us as Morgan punches that up for us.
Well, I don't have to do a whole lot. We really stayed with kind of our season averages so far. Almost 300 yards through the air, 186 yards on the ground, kind of keeping with that, close to 500 yards of total offense, which is phenomenal. But really the stat line that stands out to me is our defense holding them to 39 pass yards. But once again, disappointed in our rush defense a little bit. To be honest with you, Russellville having 207 yards on the ground tonight kind of surprises me, to be honest with you. So, I'm surprised to see the 18 first downs there that Russellville was showing because that's really not something we've seen out of our defense, is allowing a lot of first downs. We pretty much shut Catholic and Southwest Little Rock down on that. So Russellville finding some ways to have some success in the second half, but that was against most of our first-team defense for the most part.
Unsung in those numbers is the play of Collinet and Perkins at the corners. They have been blankets on the receivers the last 2 weeks. You think about Preston Scott last week for Catholic. Benton has allowed just 17 completions the last 2 weeks. Catholic hit the Panthers for 116 last week. Russellville just 39 tonight. In back-to-back weeks of prolific passing in football now, the pass rush coupled with the corner coverage has been outstanding.
It's been outstanding, and that's really good because if you, as a defense, can force somebody to be one-dimensional, that helps you out because when it matters, you know that they can't rely on, you get somebody in a 3rd and long, they don't really have a choice. If you've been stopping them through the air, they've got to try to do something on the ground or do something that they're not comfortable with. But let's look at this Benton remaining schedule. We're talking about that. So we've got 3 away games. I was about to say Parkview's at home.
Yeah, that's a typo.
Error. But, going to Siloam Springs, that's a long trip. That's always a tough trip just on the kids because it is so far away. But then Parkview, that's a team that just beat Greenwood, beat them handily. So Parkview's going to be tough. Lake Hamilton and Greenwood are going to be tough. But Benton's going to be tough. Everybody in 6A West is looking at Benton, circling us on their schedule. We've got that target on our back just because we've been to the semifinals or the finals 4 years straight.
With the exception of last year and the
COVID
misfortune, So as we look at the scoreboard one final time, 6A West scores Van Buren and Siloam tied at 14. Lake Hamilton leads Mountain Home in the third quarter 21-0. Of course, Parkview beat Greenwood 48-28 last night, and the Panthers defeat Russellville tonight 49-10. In the 6A East, the big game over there tonight, El Dorado leads Jonesboro 20-14 in the fourth quarter. Searcy leads Sheridan 27-13 in the third quarter. No score on Sylvan Hills Pine Bluff, and West Memphis leads Marion 7-3 in the second quarter. Bryant now leads 28-17 at Fort Smith Northside in the fourth quarter. And as we slide down here to Saline County scores, Ashdown and Harmony Grove still tied at 15. Malvern now leads Bauxite 26-14 in the fourth quarter, and Glen Rose still leads Jessieville 25-17 in the fourth quarter. So
did you say the Bryant score?
28-17.
Was that a final?
Oh, fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter, okay.
Fourth quarter. Mason may. Do you know anything beyond that? So, okay. So that's going to do it tonight. Dio, final word from you.
This is what you're supposed to do on homecoming. You couldn't script a better start for the Panther season. I'm going to not count the Salt Bowl in that comment, but you really couldn't script a better start once we got past the Salt Bowl. This is what you want to see out of a team. A new quarterback to the offense, but picking up the game, picking up the offense really well. And you can tell that the offense is really hitting on all cylinders, and defense is starting to come along. They're kind of starting to pick their mojo. So
Matt lets us know Bryant won it tonight 35-17 at Fort Smith Northside. So they bounced back from that tough loss at Longview, Texas with a big win tonight. Kudos to Blake Dorsey and Garrett Hammonds and Bobby Wynn, the defensive staff, along with Brad Harris. It's a defense that's getting better and better every week, and I just continue to marvel at the job Jason Gentry's doing with his offensive line.
Yes, they are doing phenomenal.
I want to invite you to join us Tuesday night at Pasta J's for Panther Live. It's a new addition to Benton football this year. And at 6:30 each evening, Coach Brad Harris and the Panther MVPs join us in an interview-style show that's just been a blast each week. The place gets more and more packed every week. It's great food. It's wonderful fellowship. And next Tuesday, we will honor the Pasta J's players of the game for tonight. Casey Johnson on offense and Jaden Collinette on defense. We'd love for you to join us, but if you can't, you can watch it live on the Benton Football Network YouTube page. Our next broadcast of Benton Panther football will be next Friday when Benton travels all the way to Northwest Arkansas to Siloam Springs and another big 6A West Conference matchup. We'll be with you live at 6:30 for the Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show, and kickoff will be at 7 o'clock. Another big thank you tonight to an awesome crew. Director Matt Johnson, replay Tamara Brown, graphics Morgan Garrett, audio Aaron Garrett, producer Mason Woolbright, and camera work from Caleb Bingston, Dallas Hall, and Marcus Robinson. You guys are the best in Arkansas. Thank you to Justin Acree and the good folks at The Buzz for their partnership in making 106.7 the Buzz 2, the radio home of Benton football. And as always, we are very grateful to future father of the bride, Scott Nethery, our athletic director, for his help and hospitality each week. Dio, it was fun tonight.
It was fun. It's always fun when you have a Mercy Rule win. That's 3 in a row now. So
3 in a row, stress-free fourth quarters.
Stress-free. And you know what? That's like my ad says. That's how a home loan process should be. No stress in the fourth quarter, just like a Benton Panther football game.
Let's keep it going, huh?
Let's keep it going.
So on behalf of Dio and Judd Hart, who helped us tonight, for Mark Ballesteri, our halftime guest, and for the number one fan of the Benton Panthers, old number 70 out there tonight, Freddie Reinhardt. I'm Jim Gardner. Thank you for joining us tonight for Benton Panther football. Again, tonight's final score, the Benton Panthers 49, the Russellville Cyclones 10. Until we greet you next Friday against Siloam Springs, good night, God bless, and go Benton.